Everything good? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Giving all praise to the Most High and His Son, man. Thankful again for another Shabbat. All praise to the Most High and His Son, man. We have we got a great class today, man. A great one. Great one. Right. A great one, man. We're gonna be talking about something that, really when you think about it, when you think about our brothers and sisters, when you think about the different things that we're going through in our lives and the different trials and tribulations that we deal with on a daily basis, pretty much. And for us coming into this knowledge of the truth, as we call it, the truth of the Bible, okay? And we learn about God's laws, statutes, and commandments, and learning how to keep God's commandments in our lives, okay? And that's something that we aspire for all the Israelites to understand. We aspire for all the Israelites, brothers and sisters, to adopt into their lives, which is the holy commandments of the Most High and the Son. Everything that we need to do to enter into the kingdom of heaven, which we should need. And one thing that I want the brothers and sisters to understand is there is more to life than 613 commandments.
That's right.
There's more to life, my brothers and sisters. And sometimes, man, in this truth, what we call it, in this movement, right? Sometimes, man, sometimes our face is in the Bible like this. And we walk around with the Bible over our eyes, and we're not even recognizing and living life as we should be. There are some biblical concepts that we should be doing that we are not doing. There are some biblical things that we should be being more proactive in our lives and doing these things in our lives. And sometimes, man, we fall short of the glory of the Most High and His Son.
That's right.
Most of the times it's because of the angle that things are. Go check that. The angle the way that we are taught things. Okay? When you think about it in this truth, and you think about the narratives, you think about the doctrines that's in this truth, right? Certain things and certain aspects of the game, I want to encourage all of my brothers and my sisters out there, but especially my brothers, man, that's sitting in these seats. We have to learn how to branch off in our teachings as well to help develop the minds and the spirits and the consciousness of all of the Israelites that's in these organizations.
That's right. Teach.
And there are more things than we should be covering and certain things that we be ignoring.
That's right.
I'm asking, man, for my Israelite brothers, man, to branch out a little bit more. These people, right, the amount of souls that we have, they really dependent upon us to give them a lot of the information that they need. And we must learn how to cover pretty much everything. And what we're going to be talking about today, my brothers and sisters, we're going to be talking about health, man. Now, the health topic, when you think about health, that is something that, we throw behind the back burner.
Bring it out.
Our physical health, our spiritual health, our bodily health. And especially when you're talking about the deadly sin of gluttony. Now, when we in this movement and when we in this walk, brothers and sisters, I keep the commandments.
Bring it out.
613. I keep them all. Holy, then die. I'm holy. But when you start looking at these statistics, man, especially about the way that we treat our bodies, us Israelites, we are at the bottom of the total pole of every race in the planet.
That's right.
We all the way at the bottom. Every single nationality, every single race, every single ethnicity group. When you talking about our bodily health, and we're going to be talking about the men's on the street corner too, When you talking about our bodily health and the way that we take care of ourselves, the way that we take care of our body, our diets, the food that we put inside of our systems, man, the Most High and the Son is not pleased with that.
That's right.
At all. And you know, this is something, man, that we love to ignore because it's not really a biblical prophecy.
Bring it up.
Teach.
It ain't a parable or a dark saying. A mystery. A miracle. A wonder.
Wow.
See, this right here, this ain't none of that. This real life.
That's right.
You know, most of us, man, when you're dealing with your health and when you're dealing with these different things, man, think about it, man. The Most High and the Son is not pleased. Most of us, we're not disciplined enough when it comes to our health.
That's right. Teach.
This is the vessel that the Most High and the Son gave us to use to have a life experience, to experience reality. You men and you women, you mothers and you fathers, you have children, your bodily health. What is life without health?
Bring it out.
What is life without taking care of the body that the Most High and the Son gave you to live? What is life without that? What is it? And this is what we're trying to get the people to understand. Most of our people, brothers and sisters, we ain't seeing a gluttony.
That's right.
Teach.
We are addicted to putting that food down our throat. And you know, we be on the corner, man, we'll be telling every brother, you shouldn't wear this, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. And the brother that's telling the brother on the street corner with the microphone, sister, you ain't seeing, you got on pants. Brother, you ain't seeing, you don't got on fringes. Brother, you got 15 meals still stuck in your intestines.
That's right.
Teach.
Bring it out.
We got to fix that.
That's right.
And I got a great one for you today, man. Pens and pads and Bibles. Everybody follow along on this one. Make sure that you're re-showing this. Make sure that you get this all around. This is very important. Probably one of the most important classes in Israel.
That's right.
Bodily health and wellness. And most of us suffering from gluttony. Addicted to it. And we are portraying to the whole world that we are the chosen children of God and we keeping all of God's commandments. Let's go to the slideshow, man. I got a good one for you today. Make sure that you're following along on this one, family. We got a good one. We have a great one for you today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get to the next slide. You got the Onebody emblem. You know what it is. Think about it like this, family. Health and body and mind. Health. Now, see, health is one of those things that, you know, you put on the back burner. Health is one of those things that we take for granted. We don't take our health seriously until we in that hospital.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, that's when we want to make all of the changes. That's when we want to do the things right, especially for you younger brothers and you younger sisters, you in your 20s, you in your 30s, you in your early 40s. That's the time to be conditioning your mind and your body to live a healthful, holistic lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
You're supposed to be doing these different things, and you should learn this from your mother and your father.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Health, man. Health. Health. Go back to the slide. Health. Mental and physical. We have to unplug ourselves from this death matrix.
That's right.
Gotta unplug. Play the video for the people. And we're going to get into it today, man. Lord will, we'll be about 2.5 hours, close to 3.
The process that creates this sport.
Go ahead and start that over. Play it for the people.
But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks? And it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no? See, I keep meeting these people. I mean, just a few days ago, I met this man whom I greatly admire. He's a Swedish physicist, Gustav Bjornstrand, and he told me that he no longer watches television, he doesn't read newspapers, and he doesn't read magazines. He's completely cut them his life because he really does feel that we're living in some kind of Orwellian nightmare now, and that everything that you hear now contributes to turning you into a robot. When I was at Finhorn, I met this extraordinary English tree expert who had devoted his life to saving trees. Just got back from Washington, lobbying to save the redwoods. He's 84 years old. He always travels with a backpack because he never knows where he's going to be tomorrow. When I met him at Finhorn, he said to me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "New York." He said, "Ah, New York, yes, that's a very interesting place. Do you know a lot of New Yorkers who keep talking about the fact that they want to leave but never do?" And I said, "Oh, yes." And he said, "Why do you think they don't leave?" I gave him different banal theories. He said, "Oh, I don't think it's that way at all." He said, "I think that New York is the new model for the new concentration camp, where the camp has been built by the inmates themselves, and the inmates are the guards, and they have this pride in this thing they built. They built their own prison, and so they exist in a state of schizophrenia, where they are both guards and prisoners, and as a result, they no longer have, having been lobotomized, the capacity to leave the prison they've made, or to even see it as a prison." And then he went into his pocket and he took out a seed for a tree and he said, "This is a pine tree." He put it in my hand and he said, "Escape before it's too late." See,
let's go back to the slideshow. Okay, health, mental, physical. We got to unplug, man, from this thing. Let's go to the next slide. And when you think about this, I'm going to say it again. Health of body and mind. Health, man, health. Mental health, physical health, spiritual health.
That's right.
Health. Let's go to the next slide. What is life without health?
Bring it out.
How can a man or how can a woman enjoy life without their health? And this is for motivation, man, for my brothers and sisters that are sickly today. You know, they can give an account. They can give a testimony to this. What is life without health?
Teach.
You tell me. What is it? What can you do? Think about all of the things that you can't do. What can you do without health?
Bring it out.
Bodily health. That should be the number one thing, man, that's in our lives. That should be one of the number one things that we think about all day and all night. Is the vessel that the Lord gave us to live.
That's right.
What is life without health? Next slide. Think about it like this. How many Israelites take their health seriously?
Bring it out.
Put a 1 in the chat, family. If you're in the chat, if you're already in, I know everybody not in yet. Got to get everybody a chance to get in. But put a 1 in the chat, family, if you take your health seriously. Put the slide back up for me, bro. How many of us Israelites really and truly, endurely take our health seriously?
Bring it out.
I'm talking about you're conscious of it. You really understand of what you're putting into your body. You understand that the certain things that you can use and the certain things that you have could damage you, could shorten your lifespan up. How many of us Israelites take our health seriously? How many? Let's go to the next slide. And when you think about this, how many of us Israelites, man, are overweight, unhealthy, out of shape, sickly, and still ain't did nothing about it?
Bring it out.
Teach.
You see, the thing in this movement is what we should be understanding and what we should be doing is learning how to be self-accountable for our own selves.
That's right.
And you see this too much without all of our nation, man, especially within the Hebrew Israelite movement, man. There's too many of us unhealthy, bro.
That's right.
Too many. And it's not one of those things you're going to open up the Bible, thou shalt be healthy.
Bring it out. See.
You see what I'm saying? But how many of us pull the slideshow back? Go think about it like this, my brothers and sisters, for my family, my brothers and sisters. How many of us Israelites are overweight, unhealthy, out of shape, sickly, and still ain't done nothing about it?
Bring it out.
Now, when you talk about body types and all of that stuff, family, I'm a former professional athlete. I know all when you talk about body types. God make you big, small, big head, big hands, big feet, big bones, big shoulders, big leg. I understand all that, man. I'm not trying to get into these carnal type of things on what it means for a man and what it means for a woman to be healthy, or what I'm talking about overweight or underweight. Some brews naturally big, some females naturally big because your damn daddy's 6'6", 280 pounds just coming out the womb. So we ain't talking about that.
That's right.
But how many of us Israelites, family, when you really think about this, how many of us overweight?
Teach.
How many of us Israelites unhealthy?
Bring it up!
Out of shape, sickly, getting sick, and we still ain't do nothing about it. Still or not, still to this day, doing anything about it. How many of us doing that?
Bring it up!
Let's go to the next slide. Think about it like this. Without the health of the mind and the body, there is no life.
That's right!
At all. Without the health of the mind and the body, there is no health. There is no life. None at all. How many of us take our health seriously?
Bring it up!
You see, in this movement, family, and this is what, and I'm not saying these things are bad, but we are very, very, very carnal. You know what I'm saying? We will put a brew to the grave, and we will degrade him and tell a brew that he ain't in sin. We'll tell a woman that she's in sin, right? You know how it is, man, with the brothers and sisters and stuff, right? And we're changing this in one body in your house shot for our brothers and sisters, okay? Right? But you wouldn't be able to do any of that if God didn't give you the strength to stand on your own 2 feet.
That's right!
None of that wouldn't even matter. You see what I'm saying? For the brothers and sisters, man, if you're not healthy, right? How you gonna come to the Shabbat?
Bring it out!
How you gonna come to the solemn assembly if you ain't healthy? You can scratch that out.
That's right.
We're in the hospital beds. You pulling up at the brew at the hospital checking if he got fringes on, and he in the hospital bed. She in the hospital bed. You can scratch that out.
That's right.
What is life without the health of the mind and the body?
That's right.
What's life? And it's one of them topics. I'm telling you, family, it's one of them topics that we love to ignore.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the next slide. We need to make a spiritual change. Okay? We need to make a change. Right? All of us.
That's right!
Each and every one of us. We need to make a spiritual change. Okay? Because if we don't, then most of us, we're not going to make it to 70, 75.
That's right!
At the rate that we going in.
Yes, sir.
Big Mama, man, she dying early. Popo, man, they dying early, man. It ain't how it's not like how it used to be back in the day with people living like this, living for long times and stuff. This right here, this is serious business.
Mm-hmm.
This is very important. This is for the longevity of life. Brothers and sisters, you want to be able to see your children, and possibly, Lord will, you'll be in a position to see your grandchildren. Give me the next slide. Think about it like this now. If I was to ask you, brothers and sisters, if I was to ask you, okay, if I gave you $1 million today, how would that make you feel? Somebody gave me $1 million. That'll make me feel real good.
That's right!
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Need that. You know what I'm talking about? Then what if I come up and then I ask you, I say, okay, what if I gave you $10 million? How would that make you feel? That'll increase your mood overnight, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now, what if I told you that $10 million that I gave you, you can only have that $10 million for one day because tomorrow you're going to pass away. or you can give me the $10 million back, and you can continue living your life. And majority of us will get that $10 million right back so we can continue living life. So what I'm trying to prove to the people is your health in your life is the most important thing that you have. That's right. It's the most valuable thing that you have. It's the most important thing that you have is your health.
That's right.
And you know, we don't teach about this at all. Chips, miracles, prophecies. Our brothers and sisters, man, they croaking and they dying early. The body is the vehicle God uses for man and woman to place his spirit inside. We are sons and daughters of the Most High and His Son for us to allow man and woman to experience life. Why not cherish the vessel God gave us to live life?
Bring it up!
Why not cherish that? The Most High and the Son made your soul and gave a vessel for your soul to experience life. That's your body. That's right. What, you a dog? You a cat? You a giraffe? Nah, man, you made in God's image. You in the flesh. That's the vehicle, and that is the vessel that the Most High and the Son gave each and every one of us to experience this life that we in. Why not take the vessel that the Most High and the Son gave us? Why not take it seriously? That's right. I'm talking about being delicate with it. I'm talking about cherishing it. I'm talking about giving it the nutrients that it needs. I'm talking about putting our bodies and our minds in the perfect position that we need to live long life. That's right. Why is it that our mindset is not wired that way? Everything else is important. Everything else we value on, and especially in this moment. Now, there are other things that we need to value on because life is a whole circle of things. We understand that. But I'm talking about there is no value of anything if you're not here.
That's right.
This is the vessel that the Most High and the Son gave us for us to be able to experience life. We have to take that seriously. Let's go to the next slide. Let's keep going. I'm telling you, family, this is going to be a good one. The whole world has become addicted to processed foods, which is a drug.
That's right.
Facts.
Now, we're going to be talking about our diet. We're going to be talking about our health. We're going to be talking about the different things that we need. And we're going to go to the Bible, too. We're going to get some scriptures on that as well. But you have to understand, the whole entire world has become addicted to processed foods. And most of us Israelites, that is our diet with processed foods.
That's right.
That's our diet.
That's right.
And we are promoting that we holy. We promoting that we God's children. We promoting that we above every race, but we the most unhealthy race. That's right. Let's make that make sense. How is that possible? How God using us to be the light of the nation? How God using us to be the most greatest people on the planet, man, but we croaking early before everybody. The whole world, and especially in our community, have become addicted to processed foods. That's just a fact. Hit the next slide. Think about it like this. I got it broken down to us, man. We're going to get some education today, man. Pens, pads, and Bibles out. Because this right here, man, this could have you, some more opportunities, okay? For you to live life. The addiction to processed food, drugs. That's all it is. Drugs. Processed foods refer to any food that is changed from its natural state. This can include foods that was simply cut, washed, heated, pasteurized, canned, dehydrated, mixed, or packaged. It also can include foods that has added preservatives, nutrients, flavors, salts, sugars, fats. While we're supposed to be eating fresh from the garden, like we know, we have fallen into a deep conscious sleep. Our consciousness has went all the way down to the bottom to accept eating fake synthetic food for real fresh food. 95% of all of us consume processed foods on a daily basis. Now, this is the ugly truth, man, the deadly sin about gluttony, the ugly truth about gluttony. And I know a lot of us, man, we probably don't want to hear this message, you know, but it's going to be good for us. Use this as motivation.
That's right.
Let's hit the next slide. You got 4 types of processed foods. It's broken down into 4 groups, okay? You got group 1, unprocessed or minimally processed foods. Group 1 of processed foods is basically fresh foods, okay? This group includes foods like blueberries, roasted nuts, chopped vegetables, and other foods that got slight changes. This is what we should be eating. This is what should be a part of our major diet of what we eat. These foods are prepared like this to make them easier to access. This group might also include things that have been dried, frozen, refrigerated, filtered, fermented, vacuum sealed in packages. This is meant to preserve the natural foods to allow you to safely eat them later. We talking about this right here. Right? And again, family, you probably won't hear nobody teaching about gluttony.
That's right.
Bring it out!
Nah. Fringes, con. Miracles, con. Rebuking, con. But there's certain things, man, that we need to start covering. These uncomfortable truths, these ugly truths. If you want to enter into the kingdom of heaven, these are the things that we got to start fixing.
That's right.
Teach!
These are the things that we got to start paying attention to. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. Let's go to group 2, right? We're talking about processed foods, to where the whole world has become addicted to these things. If you go in our pantries and if you go in our refrigerators, fast foods, 7-Eleven corner store, we're going to get into all that, family. Okay? Processed groups, foods, you got group number 2. Okay? You got processed culinary ingredients. This group contains options like butter, oils, sugar, salts. They're ingredients that come from nature but are slightly changed. They may have been pressed, refined, milled, or dried. You got group 1, which is basically fresh, and group 2, which is a little bit processed, you know, dairies and stuff like that, which you should get away from, but we're going to talk about that later. Again, let's go to group 3. Now, you're talking about the addiction to processed foods. You're going into group 3. These includes canned fish, fruits in syrup, bottled vegetables, cheese, breads, and other options that were made with added salt, oils, sugars, or other things that come from groups 1 and group 2. You got 4 groups when you're talking about processed foods.
Bring it out.
We're talking about gluttony today, family. We're going to dive all the way into it. Smash the like button as well, man. Share this class as well. Hit the subscribe button as well, too. Let's get some interaction within the chat, man. We need to start speaking with one another, interacting with one another. You know, if you're dealing with these things, say that you're dealing with these things. Encourage your brothers and sisters, man. This is all this is. Trying to get our brothers and sisters to really enter into that next phase of righteousness. Let's go to phase 4. We're talking about gluttony. Now, this is the most dangerous. And this is what we all addicted to. This is the most dangerous. This is pretty much what all the world is on right now. Group 4. The most destructive and dangerous, but most addictive and consumed of all groups. Ultra processed food and drink products.
Bring it out.
And these things are convenient for us to get real quick, real in. $5.99, $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. Let me go ahead and get that. Let me get that right there. That's quick, right? Quick and convenient. That's why they call them convenient stores. Where normally that group 4, when you're talking about processed foods, normally where these things are located. This group contains foods that are typically the result of intensive manufacturing processes. They're created from foods and additives and don't relate much to groups 1 or 2. Like other options, these foods include sugars, oils, fats, salts, but they have also ingredients taken from other foods like casein, lactose, gluten, whey, hydrogenated oils, protein, insulin, maltodextrin, invert sugars, fake sugars, synthetic sugars, high fructose corn syrup. Ultra processed options have a lot of preservatives, dyes, colors, added flavors, non-sugar sweeteners, synthetic sweeteners, and other ingredients that change the texture and the appearance of food. Can you believe that?
Teach!
Can you believe that? That sounds dangerous to me. That sounds like something that we all need to be aware of, and we all need to understand that we got to avoid this.
That's right.
Let's hit the next slide. Pens, pads, and Bibles out for this one, family. I'm telling you. We're going to get all the way deep into it. And when you're talking about processed foods, family, you have to understand, and what I talked about in my last class when I was showing about the elite and these corporations and these companies that they own, these are all of the companies. These are what? 3, 6, 9, 11. These are 11 companies that rule all of the processed foods that we eat on a daily basis. Now, my brothers and sisters, when you open up your refrigerator and you open up your pantry, what's in there? Is it food? Or do it come from these companies right here? Let's go to PepsiCo. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, bro. You probably can't. Look at all of the companies that PepsiCo own. Let's go to Kellogg's. You know, Kellogg's, they real good. They got the Pop-Tarts. They got all of the cereals and all of the stuff, all of the things that they packaging us on us, right? Okay, you got the Mars company. Yeah, see if you can do that. See if we can zoom in. Try to get it for the people. Oh, no, it's okay. I just read them out to you. You got Mars company. What about General Mills? I see Kix. I see Oreos. I see Chex Mix. Name some of those things off here that you see from General Mills right there.
We got Cheerios.
Cheerios.
Toast Crunch, Captain Toast Crunch.
Captain Toast Crunch.
We got Chex.
Chex Mix. Twix.
Fruit roll-ups.
Fruit roll-ups.
We got Gushers.
Gushers.
We got Yo Plate.
Yo Plate yogurts and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got
Let's go to Johnson and Johnson. Nah, let's go up to Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Let's see what is Coca-Cola giving us?
We got Simply Lemonade.
Simply Lemonade with the drinks. The Sani, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fantas.
We got Smart Waters.
Smart Waters. Go to Nestle on the left hand side right there. Read some of those things out. This is what we talking about, people of. This is what we dealing with. The satanic food industry.
That's right.
Bring it out.
That's destroying us. What you got from Nestle right there?
Nestle has
Nestle.
Beneful. For the cats and dogs, Purina. For the cats and dogs. We got the Baby Gerber for the babies.
Now think about it like this. You got the Nestle company. They selling you baby food and dog food. What is this? How is a company able to sell people baby food and dog food?
Bring it out.
I don't want to eat nothing from a company that make dog food. I'm telling you, family, this is deep. Okay? And this is serious business. Let's go on to the next slide. Let's think about it like this. This is what they are consuming us with on an everyday basis, and this is what some of us are eating every day.
Bring it out.
Put me back on the screen, bro, at the bottom right-hand corner if you can. Yeah. Top right-hand corner. And when you unlearn about these different things, you know, you really don't believe that these things can have negative effects on our lives. Especially with the second thing, right? You think you got Jiffy peanut butter. You think peanut butter good.
Bring it out.
You know, what's the harm in the Jif peanut butter? Okay? You got the Frank's mustards, Bush's baked beans, you know, Nutella, Folgers coffee, Planters, peanuts. You got the canned salmon, Teddy Grahams, Lunchables, fruit roll-ups, pound cakes, spices, the donuts, the cheeses, the dairies, the milk, the different things of that nature. Go ahead to the next slide. And when you think about this too, the Pop-Tarts, the Oreos, the Tricks, all of the processed stuff that they're giving us, go to the next slide. And when you think about these type of things, let's even go to the drinks.
That's right.
The processed drinks. The Pepsis, the Cokes, the sodas, right? The beer, the alcohol, the club sodas, the Starbucks coffees. When you think about these type of things, we don't see no wrong in these things. We don't see no harm or no foul in these things.
Cease!
Just simply because that we just don't have these things for a lack of knowledge.
That's right.
We're really not understanding these things because these things are not really important to us on an everyday basis. Because we know we're 30 years old, we're still good. We're 40 years old, we're still pumping. We might be even 50 years old, and we're still doing the things that we should be doing. You know, we still got everything. But this is something that we need to start paying attention to. This is something that we need to start feasting our eyes and making sure that we're conscious on the decision that we're making. Go ahead to the next slide as well. And when you think about these things, group 4, when you're talking about highly processed foods, group 4, processed foods are literally poison.
That's right.
Synthetic by design. Not to be eaten at all.
Facts.
Bring it out.
These foods are highly addictive. Now, when you think about these foods, right, you know, for my brothers and sisters, they got them sweet tooths, you know what I'm saying? Chip monsters. You know, when I was in high school, right, I used to sell, I was a snack man, and I used to go around with all the snacks. My next door neighbor, when I was in high school, my next door neighbor, she was in middle school, so she was selling. She was part of the snack crew with us. It was about 4 or 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? We had it at the elementary schools and stuff. But you know the snacks, you know the sweet tooths, you know the Big Ticks, honey buns, the cupcakes, the fruit roll-ups, hot Cheetos, Doritos. These foods are very highly addictive. The reason why these foods are addictive because they drugs.
That's right.
You know, a lot of us, we don't think that we don't do drugs because we don't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? We don't do cocaine or anything like that. We're not smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. And then we thinking that, okay, nah, I don't do drugs. These food, what is something that's addictive? If it's addictive, man, it's probably a drug.
That's right.
If it causes your body to be addicted to want these things, to crave these things, because we're going to go and she's going to show you, family, that these things are drugs. These foods are highly addictive because they drugs. Oftentimes, they taste real good. Taste be outstanding, but has serious effects on our health, our mind, our conscience, our mood, our emotions, our joints, our arteries, our ligaments, our bones, our eyesight, our hair growth, our skin health. You got our bedroom pleasures. You got man erectile dysfunctions. You got sisters with VDs. You got brothers. You got their testosterone levels going down, sperm count levels going down, infertility issues. Sisters can't give birth to these children anymore, mental health, and ultimately causing death.
That's right.
Ultimately causing death.
Bring it up.
You know, most of us, man, we just throw this out the window. All other things, and we worrying about all other things until that health, till that mud start knocking at your door. Let's go to the next slide. See, this is very serious, my brothers and sisters. And the most important thing, man, and when you're talking about these different things, okay, this right here, right? The most important thing to why that group 4, the reason why these foods are so addictive, because they are full with nothing but white sugar.
That's right.
Let me tell you something about white sugar for my brothers and sisters that don't know anything about white sugar. White sugar is the most passed around worldwide drug. If it's white, family, it ain't right.
That's right.
We can go out there to that garden and we can plant anything, man. Green beans, corn, squash, zucchinis, tomatoes, watermelons, cucumbers, cantaloupes. Ain't nothing white. You got your potatoes, red potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes. You got your red potatoes, the cantaloupes out there, the turnips, the squashes, different things that we eat. What's out there that growing that's white? What's out there that come directly from the sun that doesn't have melanation? That's essentially what it is when things have color in it. These things are melanated, right? Photosynthesis, chlorophyll, these things that bring color to these things. They're giving us white sugar and white flour because, family, it's synthetic. How do you think that they passing this off to everybody off around the world? I got a video for you right here. I'm just trying to get people to really understand, man. I understand the street corner, bro. I understand. Give me Deuteronomy. I come. You know what I'm saying? Because that is very important, you know what I'm saying, for my brothers and sisters that is walking around not, you know what I'm saying, living morally standard of correct. Be a stand-up guy. You love God with all your heart and soul and mind, and you love your neighbor as you love yourself. These are the things that we are supposed to be doing. But what about this, though? That's right. Man? What about this? Too many of us are unhealthy. That's right. Bring it out. Too many. And we don't want to hear it. And we don't want to make a change. And we don't want to take it serious. Play this video for the people real quick. It's going to start and stop automatically where it should be. So you can make it big.
Into everyday food without us knowing it. So all this stuff has got me thinking about how much sugar is in the food that I would normally buy. So I've come here to a typical supermarket so I can have a look. Right, so spreads. Now some of the stuff is obvious. You know, your chocolatey, nutty spread, you think that tastes nice. That's bound to have heaps of sugar. And it does. 2 teaspoons of sugar per serving.
Pause it.
But you wouldn't expect sugar is being slipped into...
I'm sorry about that, bro. Go ahead to that part to where we was just at, and I just want to pause it. Just play it, and then I'll tell you to pause it.
I have, to be honest, any sugar in this.
Pause it. But... So what he just did was, family, he just grabbed a little thing of Nutella, okay? And I'm pretty sure all of us Israelites, we probably got Nutella in our pantry right now. Because I know Lil Junior like it, and I know the, you know what I'm saying, baby girl like it, and I understand, right? Nutella, right? Which is just basically glob, okay? Right. Pretty much flavored glob. So what the man just said, and what the man is showing on this video is he's going out and he's proving how much of this drug is in all of the food. Especially that we getting from these stores. You be hearing Elder Jephtha talking about getting up out of these stores. And, you know, Israelites, they hate that. They don't like that rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they get on people's nerves. But what he's saying is, in one serving of Nutella, you got 2 tablespoons of white sugar. So that means with every scoop of Nutella that you have with your tablespoon, you take a tablespoon of a serving of Nutella, you got to add 2 tablespoons of sugar on top of that. Mm. So every bite that you take of Nutella, you're eating 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Every bite. Play the video.
You know, your chocolatey, nutty spread, you think that's
going to stop automatically.
That's bound to have heaps of sugar. And it does.
Don't stop it at 8 minutes.
2 teaspoons of sugar per serving. But you wouldn't expect, I wouldn't expect, say, Marmite. I wouldn't expect to have, to be honest, any sugar in it. But, in fact, it has 11.2 grams times 2.5, 28 grams of sugar in one of these little popples, which is 7 teaspoons of sugar. I would not have expected 7 teaspoons of sugar in a thing of Marmite. So you couldn't get more kiwi than this. Tomato sauce. Oh my God. Per serving, right, so per squirt of tomato sauce, it's just over a teaspoon of sugar. So every, on the plate,
over a teaspoon of sugar. That's I don't know. Mayonnaise will go for the light, got the heart foundation too. Okay, for every of mayonnaise that you put on your whatever, that's 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. Quite a large tuna. Almost a teaspoon of sugar per serving. Down here, one of the old family favourites, baked beans. That has, good God, per serving, there's almost 4 teaspoons of sugar. I expect loads of added sugar in fizzy drinks, but it's come as a surprise to find out fruit juice is packed with it as well. Sugar occurs naturally in fruit, which is good, but when it's juiced, you get seriously concentrated sugars. It seems there's no escaping the stuff. What's becoming really clear to me as I'm wandering around and looking at the stuff, all the stuff that I would normally buy, it's not so much that sugar's hidden, but it's kind of hidden in plain sight because it's in almost everything. Without knowing it, I've actually ended up eating quite a lot of sugar without really even thinking about it. Which has got me wondering, why is sugar in just about everything and who decides how much? So I've come along to talk to a food technologist who does that stuff for a living. Here, they develop food products for food companies.
It could be a muesli bar, it could be a dressing, it could be a meal.
Like, I think, why is sugar in everything? I get lots in ice creams and cakes.
Mm-hmm. It's cheap, so often it's used to rebalance the cost of a product. For example, a dressing, and it was an oil-based dressing, and you take some of the oil out because that's an expensive ingredient, and bump up the sugar.
So we're looking for the cheaper products, and to make the cheaper products, you've got to put in more sugar to reach that cheap price.
The marketers have a view that the consumers won't go beyond a certain price point.
How do you decide how much sugar to put in?
Well, I guess it's a lot of trial and error. So you taste the product to make sure that everything tastes just right. The product would then be taken to a panel.
Are they qualified tasters? I mean, who are the people on this panel?
Well, smaller companies that will generally be like the marketing manager and maybe even the office staff. A larger company might be able to afford to run sensory panels to get feedback from their actual consumers.
What fascinates me about the modern world is that marketers who seem to have a profession built on fluff and wonder make these really important decisions. Like, of course, you would take it to a marketer to see whether the food tastes good rather than someone who's actually a profession. You know what I mean? It's like, well, the marketer.
You good right there? Let's go to the next slide. Hold on, keep it right there. This is what I'm trying to get the people to understand, man. And this is why, us at Onebody and Hawashai, why we practice holistic living. This is the reason why we have our own garden. We have our own animals. We have our own livestock because we understand that we are at spiritual war with the satanic food industry.
That's right.
We know that we are at spiritual war. And we're doing everything that we need to do so we can continue to fight, so we can continue building on the things that we need to have. We can continue putting our people in a position to where we can understand that we can have long life.
That's right.
Let's go back to the slide. Hit the next slide. Think about it like this. Now we're going to talk about gluttony. Now this is something that when you talk about gluttony, you bring this up, most brothers and sisters, we got to put our head down on this one.
Bring it out.
We got to put our head down on this one. You're talking about gluttony. And this is nothing but food addiction. And we got a lot of slides, family. So today's class is going to be a good one. Again, man, pens and pads. But let's talk about gluttony. We're going to be talking about this real quick. And this is something, man, that this is a sin according to the Bible.
That's right.
Gluttony is a sin according to the scriptures.
That's right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's right.
The Most High and His Son does not allow you to kill your own self. That is against the code of the Most High and His Son. That is totally opposite of what the Most High and His Son has designed for us to live long lives. We cannot be living long lives and we suffer from gluttony. See, that right there, preacher, pastor, really can't talk about these type of things. Let's go back to the slide. Think about it like this. What is gluttony? And we're going to go into gluttony here in the scriptures a little bit. We're going to get into the scriptures about gluttony, about physical and spiritual gluttony as well, content. But we're just basically talking about the physical things right now. Gluttony, the definition of gluttony is habitual greed or eating in excess. And when you're coming up in this Babylonian system, this system, they program you from when you are a child. When you hit the public school systems, when you enter into their school, this is the doctrine that they teach you. They teach you to be a glutton.
That's right.
They teach you to be glutton. They teach you to be insane. They teach you to be unhealthy. They teach you to shorten up your lifespan.
That's right. Teach.
With the education and the doctrine that they teach us about these foods. We have been fed with lies with the doctrine of eating 3 times a day. What scripture is that?
Teach.
We're going to talk about this one thing that we call breakfast, which if you look at the etymology of that word, is called break the fast. That's what breakfast is. You're waking up in the morning and you are breaking the fast of your body when you're sleeping. You're sleeping for 6 hours, 7 hours, and 8 hours. You're not consuming any water. You're not consuming any food. So when you sleep, you automatically fast every day.
That's right.
When you sleep. And this is called break fast or breakfast because it's the first meal that you eat when you break your fast. But think about it like this. You know, maybe I'm not reading my scriptures, but I ain't never seen. Let's go on your Bible app real quick. And I'm going to go in the Bible app and I'm going to type in the word breakfast. 0 results.
That's right.
For the word breakfast. So we've been fed the doctrine and we've been fed lies about eating 3 times a day. And this is just, these things are not true. But even if the thing, man, that the doctrine that we done learned about breakfast, lunch, and dinner 3 times a day, which is BS, okay?
That's right.
We have regarded that. In these days, in 2023, we don't even regard that no more. Now we eat 5 to 7 times a day.
That's right.
This includes breakfast, brunch, lunch, snacks, corner store runs, etc., dinner, and that late night snack. We eating 5 to 7 times a day.
That's right.
Your body is not made to be processing food 24 hours a day.
That's right.
Your intestines and your stomachs, your livers and your organs, your pancreas, your adrenal glands, they're not made to be doing that 24/7.
No, sir.
Not at all. The elites know that we are addicted to these type of foods, right? These snacks, the chips, these different things that we eat on a daily basis. The elites, they know that we're addicted to that. So they put nothing but corner stores and fast food drug stores in our neighborhoods. Can't you tell, man, when you're riding through the hood, that's all you can see.
Bring it on!
Corner stores, 7-Eleven, Chinese stores, Chinese walks. You know what I'm saying? Fast food drug store. That's really what it is, a drug store. You know what I'm saying? Fast food drug store. You can't pull up at the corner stores and get healthy food options. You can't pull up at these fast food stores, man, and you at Burger King and you wanna, you know what I'm saying, some fresh berries. That don't exist. This is the reason why they put this in our neighborhoods. This is the reason why they put these things around us, because they know we lazy. And they know we don't care about our health. They know we don't care about our future. They know we don't care about prolonging our lives. They know that we depend on them for everything. Go back to that one slide again. I'm going to talk about this again, family. Gluttony. Gluttony. The deadly sin of gluttony.
That's right.
Okay? The deadly sin of gluttony is the habitual greed or excess in overeating. Continually eat.
That's right.
Why do you think that you get hunger? Why do you think that you hungry all day because family, you got those drugs inside of you fiending for another hit.
That's right.
Fiending for another dose. We've been fed with these lies and doctrines, man, that you got to eat 3 times a day. I don't understand, family. How is it that we could eat right before we go to sleep? Okay? Full of food. Your body don't even have processing time to already digest all that food. And we hungry as soon as we wake up. How is that possible? We just ate before we went to sleep. How we wake up and we hungry again? But now we don't even take it. We don't even care about that no more. You know what I'm saying? That doctrine was really old. Now what we doing is we eating 5 to 7 times a day. Chips, that's a meal. 2 honey buns, that's a meal. Corner store run, that's a meal. Eggs and cheese in the morning, that's a meal. Dinner when you go home, that's a meal. We had 5 meals already. These drinks, these sodas. Come on, family. Come on, family. Let's talk about this today. Let's get all the way in this today. Hit the next slide for me. Think about it like this. Greed, gluttony. Gluttony, habitual greed or excess in eating. We're talking about gluttony, man. This could put you to death.
That's right.
And we understand, man, that these different sins, man, inside of the Bible, these things can put to death, you know what I'm saying? Adultery and all of these things can put you to death. But this right here, this is self-inflicted wounds.
That's right.
Self-inflicted wounds. White man ain't got nothing to do with this.
That's right.
At all.
Bring it out.
This is a choice. When you think about, man, how the process of the body work, family, you know, we're supposed to have a bowel movement for every meal that we eat. The meal that we eat, when you eat you a meal, family, the meal is supposed to go into your system. It's supposed to go down your esophagus, your large intestines, your small intestines. You got your stomach acid in these things. These are supposed to break down these foods, right? And we're supposed to have a bowel movement for every meal that we eat. I mean, it's simple. It's nature. But over time, family, we have overfilled our system with food. This is what causes waste. This is what causes backup. This is what causes constipation. This is what causes sickness. And this is why 90% of us are constipated today. We're not taking this serious. We're not educating ourselves enough on the way that we're supposed to operate our bodies. Let's hit the next slide. Okay? And this is very important for my brothers and sisters. Okay? And when you're talking about fast foods for my brothers and sisters, fast foods, I'm talking these convenient foods, these convenient store runs, these fast food. How many Israelites addicted to fast foods?
Bring it out!
How many of us, man? I mean, addicted. Why you think they put it? These fast food restaurants, they are everywhere.
That's right.
Everywhere. They everywhere because they know that you can't say no to it. How many of us Israelites addicted to fast food?
Teach.
I ain't saying that you go to a fast food and have a meal here and there and then. Nah, bro. Some of us, we eating fast food every day.
That's right.
Every day? Every day? Every day? Fast food is dangerous, man.
That's right.
Very, very dangerous. And family, we're supposed to be a holy people.
That's right.
We're supposed to be a righteous people. We're supposed to be the most conscious, the most liberated, the most illuminated people on the planet. And we addicted to fast foods, man. It's quick. It's convenient. They pop their food back there in their microwave. When they're gonna give it to you in that brown bag, and it's gonna be steaming and smelling good. It's gonna be steaming and smelling good. You know what I'm saying? Con. You know what I mean? Con. It is what it is. But most of us, man, we addicted to that stuff, man.
That's right.
We addicted. Literally addicted. And you might not think that you are addicted because you don't think that these foods are drugs. So it's like a thing that where it's like, no, I'm not an addict of it, but I use it 6 times a week. I'm not an addict of it, but I use it 13, 15, 20 times out the month. Play this video for the people real quick. We're talking about fast foods. How many of our brothers and sisters are addicted to fast foods? Now, you got this brother right here, man, Ya'aki, man, you know what I'm saying, Ya'aki Awaken. This is what I want, you know what I'm saying? And for Israel, bro, we need to start listening to people, man, that got good knowledge and good understanding about these things that's going on. This brother right here, he a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? And he just really an understudy of Dr. Sebi, you know what I mean? He just an understudy of Dr. Sebi. But this is the real thing. Play the video.
Called food. This is not food that we eat that we get from McDonald's. This is not food that we eat that we get from fast food restaurants. This is not food that we're getting from these grocery stores. The things that you're getting out of the freezer. If you're not getting it from a garden, and if you're not plucking it from a tree, or you're not pulling it from its roots from the ground, then you are eating a drug. And it's sad to say that even if you're plucking it from the tree and you're pulling it from a root in the ground, if they have herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides sprayed on it, then you are eating a drug.
Go ahead. Let's go back to the slideshow real quick. And this is what I'm trying to get the people, just to trying to get the people. Go to the next slide. I'm just trying to raise the awareness of my people when we dealing with the deadly sin of gluttony, man. Gluttony can take you out, sis.
Let's bring it out.
Gluttony can take you out, bro. It could take you out. Gluttony. It could take you out. Fast food has taken over humanity, man. With the average person consuming fast food at least 15 times a month, 180 times a year. You see this, Sammy? Do you see these statistics? Addiction to fast foods. And you know, sister, I understand, man, you got 3 children. You just got off of work. Daddy just got off of work. You got pulverized at the job. Pops got pulverized at the job. You don't feel like cooking, man. You don't feel like doing these things. So the fast food, it's just convenient. I understand, my brothers and sisters. But that's the reason why we got to prep and prepare.
That's right.
Got to prep. I'm going to read that first statistics again. Showing you how serious this is when you're talking about the satanic food industry and when you're talking about gluttony for my brothers and sisters. The fast food industry has taken over humanity with the average person consuming fast food at least 15 times a month, 180 times a year. Eating fast foods up to 180 times a year has proven to shorten lifespans up to 25 years on average. My God. My God. Globally. Think about this. And you think that, you know what I'm saying, you're addicted to fast food. Not me. It ain't me. Think about it like this. Look at this. Globally, the fast food industry generated $797 billion in revenue in 2022. $1 trillion. $1 trillion. And you know, parents, man, I understand, man. Just like I say, long day at work, mama long day at work, daddy long day at work. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 children. You come home, they bouncing off the walls, they bouncing off the TV. You just want to lay, you want to lay down. You want to get you a brew, man. You just want to sit back and chill. You don't feel like cleaning up. You don't want to do the dishes. You know, you don't want to come, but the parents willingly feeding children fast food as much as they do, continuing with the generational poisoning. And when you think about that for my parents, man, that should put you in a position to really start thinking, man. Okay? To really start thinking. Let's hit the next slide. Okay? Let's look at the most famous fast food drugstores. How many of us hit these places this week? How many of us Israelites hit this place this week? Hit these places this week? How many of us Israelites did? McDonald's, Starbucks, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Burger King, Dunkin' Donuts, Domino's, Panera Bread, Pizza Hut, Chipotle, Sonic. The next slide. KFC, Arby's, Little Caesars, Dairy Queen, Jack in the Box, Panda Express, Popeye, Papa John's, Whataburger, Jimmy John, Wingstop, Raising Cane's, In-N-Out Burger. How many of us went to these places this week?
Teach.
And for brothers and sisters, these are like the the main chain stores. You know what I'm saying? I know they got the Bojangles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fly to Atlanta, it be in the Atlanta airport. I know they got the Bojangles in the Carolinas. You know what I'm saying, with the dripping juice. You know what I'm talking about? And they got other different places around the world. Go back one slide. We're gonna read this again. This is the most famous fast food drugstores. And the Israelites, we addicted to this, man. Full of this stuff, man. Think about it. I'm gonna read it again when you're talking about the fast food drugstore, McDonald's. I got some videos of this stuff, man. McDonald's, Starbucks. Starbucks, if you look at these symbols, go to Starbucks real quick. Type it in on Google and type in the Starbucks symbol. And these people, these people, man, they put these different things in our faces, man. You got Starbucks is the number 2. Click on that picture right there, the first one. Yeah, click on that. Starbucks is the number 2 fast food store in the world. They got Starbucks all over the world. And if you look at this image right here, you know what I'm saying? What type of being is this on this image? Go to the bottom right where the Starbucks, go up one, to the left one, click on that. Hey, what type of being is that? What is that? This is the Starbucks logo right here. They telling you exactly what they are. They telling you exactly what this is. They casting spells on us, man.
Facts.
They are hitting us with witchcraft. They are hitting us with all these type of things. What is that? What is that? An octopus with a woman? A mermaid and a woman? A woman with fish legs? What is this? Go back to the slide. We're talking about gluttony, my brothers and sisters. Something that is very prevalent in the Israelite community. McDonald's, Starbucks, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Burger King, Dunkin' Donuts, Domino's, Panera Bread, Pizza Hut, Chipotle, Sonic. Go to the next slide. KFC's, Arby's, Little Caesars, Dairy Queen, Jack in the Box, Panda Express, Popeyes, Papa John's, Whataburger, Jimmy John's, Raising Cane's, Wingstop, In-N-Out Burger. Hit the next slide. Go to this first video right quick, family. I just want to put it in video terms because I know that our people are very visual. And we got to get some understanding on this, man, when you're talking about the food industry and what the fast food industry, how it has come in and the fast food has replaced mama cooking, man.
Bring it out!
You know what I mean? Think about this for my brothers and sisters, man. Fast food has taken away. The wife don't even cook no more. Granny and grandmama and them, they don't even cook no more because they can just go down the street, get them a number 2, come back with the food and everything good. This is not how the Most High and the Son designed for things to be. There is no fast food drive-up restaurant in the scriptures. And I know that we believe that when you read the Bible, these are prehistoric times and they didn't have technology and they didn't have these things. This is a lie. If we're going to say that there is nothing new under the sun, so you have to understand that these things are right in front of our faces. But when you open up the scriptures, man, ain't no fast food restaurants in this thing, man. Ain't no convenience stores where you can go and just go buy something. The satanic food industry, family, has taken over our lives. And we don't even understand it. We got the precepts and we got the scriptures and we got the prophecies. We got all that. But we still losing the war to the fast food industry. Play the video.
Australians are indulging in fast food more than ever, with the rise in delivery services only feeding the addiction. Dietitians are concerned ordering takeaway has become too easy and that its effects will be hard to reverse. Madeline Slattery explains.
For some, sinking their teeth into a burger is a standard lunchtime practice.
3 times a week, 4 times sometimes.
The drive-through.
He laughing, he playing.
Alone. Research from Roy Morgan reveals 15% of Aussies 3 million people visit a fast food outlet more than 10 times a month, a jump from 2.5 million 4 years ago. Having a big impact on all of your bodily systems. So everything from your heart to all that fat going through your bloodstream, kidney problems and diabetes. McDonald's is the most popular, followed by KFC, fish and chips, and Asian takeaway. Jane Martin from the Obesity Policy Coalition says habits are forming when children are young.
Research has shown that people are visiting McDonald's between 3 and 4 in the afternoon, which is a new phenomenon. It's after school. A lot of mums are taking their kids there after school.
Dietitians say convenience is the biggest addiction concerned. Delivery services like Uber Eats and Deliveroo are making it all too easy to have fast food on your doorstep.
Everybody's in such a rush these days, and people forget how to cook and how to meal prep.
The group that appears to be consuming the most often are people from Gen X or Gen Y, but it's even younger Australians who can't afford to get hooked, with 46% of 18 to 24-year-olds now considered obese.
That's a real worry that we're seeing this jump in these early age groups.
Pause it. Go to the next slide, bro. Go to the next video on that. I'm showing you, family, that this industry is coming up with, is taking over the whole world. I did a sermon, man, in class about the pornography industry. You can put the pornography industry right along with the fast food industry, right along with the processed food industry as well. And they're doing very, 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 very evil things, man, with this industry, man. They are doing so many things, family. This is why we got to come together. This is why it's the strength of the nation and the strength of the neighborhoods. We all got to come together and we got to play our parts.
That's right.
You know, I love my sisters out there in Georgia, man. The Onebody battalion out there in Georgia. The sisters out there in the garden. I seen the sisters' videos, man. They pulling out sweet potatoes out the ground, man. Pulling out different greens and stuff out the ground. That's going to go a long way. And I'm proud of you sisters. And you sisters continue doing up the good work. For you brothers and sisters that's with the Dallas Battalion, understanding the seriousness of this industry, family. I'm just showing you what they're capable of and what they've been doing. And sometimes, family, this thing is sickening. Play the video.
You go and research the word Cenomix. Okay? Cenomix is a transnational company that creates flavor enhancement for products for transnational companies like Pepsi, Kraft, Nestle, Campbell's. And what they've been doing is that they grabbed kidney cells from human aborted fetuses. So they grabbed these kidney cell lines, las células sanguíneas de los riñones de bebés abortados, and in laboratory they replicate these cells and they put them in all your products. What are those products? What products are we talking about? Well, Gatorade.
Go to the slideshow again. This is all of the things that they've been doing to us, family. And what I'm going to do, Jacob, we're going to go to the next slide. Whenever you pull the slideshow up, we're going to skip this slide and we're going to go to the next slide for time purposes. These are the things, family, that we have to make sense. And this is the reason why, family, when you think about it, when you're trying to get your health together, this is the reason why when you go on a diet, it don't last long.
Bring it up!
You know, how many diet fads do they give us? The reason why they're giving us these fad diets, family, because they know that we ain't going to be able to stay on it long because we're addicted to the processed foods. Think about the diet. South Beach diet, they selling us vegan diet, keto, paleo, zone. They got all different type of things. Let's go to the next slide. And this is the population of Israelites, man, in the United States. We got 101 million Israelites in the United States with a population of 62%. Play the next slide. And you think about these things. Israelites, we lead the nation in kidney failure, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, cancer, gout, miscarriages in women, loss of eyesight, obesity, hypertension, stroke, chronic liver disease, cancer, disease of mind, tumors, blood clots, sexually transmitted diseases, and ultimately death.
Bring it up!
Let's go to the next slide. You know, family, we can reverse all these things if we just do and we really keep the commandments of the Most High and His Son.
That's right.
Not the commandments of the Most High and His Son to where you can look at other people and talk about other people or the things that are outwardly. But these commandments, when you're talking about our health, family, these things are inwardly, family.
That's right. Teach.
We have to start keeping the commandments for real.
That's right.
And we're going to cover this in a second. When the Most High and His Son gave us the dietary law in the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter, processed food's not in there. That's right. If you want to get technically, family, if you want to break it down all the way, I keep the commandments. That's not in the dietary law, man. Not at all. No way how you twist it. No way how you turn it around. No way how you flip it upside down. These things are not in there.
That's right.
At all. So obviously these things are going off. Obviously these things are not right. All of us, family, we need to clean our bodies, man.
That's right.
Clean your body. And don't wait for it tomorrow. Do it today. Make a pact with your whole family. We need to cleanse our bodies. We need to get healthy, man.
That's right.
Stop playing with this.
Thanks.
We need to start taking our health seriously.
That's right.
Making sure that we putting ourselves in a better position. And it's no need for me to tell you what to eat, family. You already know what to eat, man. Get it out the garden. If it's coming out the garden, you good. Plenty of things. Plenty of sweet stuff. Plenty of good stuff.
That's right.
Plenty of stuff that'll fill you. You can go on and 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 on of good food to eat. If we keep the commandments of the Most High and the Son. Clean out that body, man. Clean out them organs, man. Clean out them arteries, man. Clean out them blood clots, man. Let's get our health together today. Let's get it right today. Let's get it right. Some of you brothers, man, you don't give a damn about this. Some of you sisters, man, you just throw this out the window. We can all reverse this. We can all do something about this. We can all change the narrative on this. Man, Big Mama died, man. She died, man.
That's right.
She died too early. She died too early. Blood clogged up. Arteries clogged up. Big Mama died too early. Popo died too early, man. He died too early. We all need to reverse this. We all need to get this together. Gluttony is not a sin that the Most High and the Son is proud of.
That's right.
At all.
Bring it up.
At all.
Bring it up.
We can reverse this, man.
That's right. Teach.
Let's get our health together. Our bodily health. Let's get it together. Stop playing games with yourself, man. Let's stop waiting until it's too late. You can't do nothing, man. What is life without health? Cleanse that body, man. What we need to do for you brothers and sisters, the easiest way if you want to do, if you really want to get healthy, you want to jumpstart on that thing, what you need to do for at least 7 days, my brothers and sisters, it's going to be hard, but stop eating.
That's right.
Clean that body, man. Clean that mind. Clean that soul. Cleanse the body. Let's go to the first video, man. This is something that we all need to start taking advantage of, man. This is the deadly sin of gluttony, man. We got all of these other things, family, that we working with, but that sin of gluttony, we just blot that out the Bible. We blot that out. That don't exist in Israel. We blot that out. Beard, con. Fringes, con. Dress, con. Sabbath day, con. Miracles, con. Prophecies, con. Gluttony, we're going to blot that out. Overconsumptions of foods. Killing the brothers and sisters. Filling up your stomachs, man. Filling up your bowels. Filling up your insides. Killing you from the inside out. We're going to blot that out. That don't exist. That ain't nothing. The Lord allows us to do what we want to do. The Lord allows us to poison ourselves. The Lord allows us to not take care of the vessel that He uses to put your soul in. We can do whatever the hell that we want to do with that.
Bring it up!
If you're talking about this gluttony, we block that out of the Bible. Most of these brothers teaching the Bible, they'll never teach something like this.
That's right.
Bring it up!
Absolutely never.
That's right.
Not at all. Because that's not important. What's important is casting beams. When you got beams in your eye with brothers and sisters that got moats.
That's right.
We need to get healthy, man. Health is wealth. Health is wealth.
That's right.
Health is wealth.
That's right.
Cleanse that body. Cleanse that soul. Cleanse that mind.
Yes, sir.
Your fruits and vegetables, man. Your nuts. Your good pasteurized, raised, your good farm-raised meats. Grass-fed meats. Take care of yourselves. Don't let yourself go all the way down on the drain when you got the power the Most High and the Son gave you to live a long life and length of days. Take heed to what the Most High and the Son is giving you, man. And for you brothers and sisters young, you need to be developing these good habits today.
That's right.
Really, for my brothers, when you're in your prime's supposed to last from when you're 25 to when you're about 60.
That's facts.
That's 35 years.
That's facts.
You should be able to hold yourself together for 35 years in your prime. You don't get that again. You don't get a new body again. You get this once in a lifetime, family. Take advantage of it. Let's play this video, man. I don't think they hear me, bro. Everybody sleep.
Chicken take 1 year to grow and crop. Them chicken will take 1 month. So the children will start to grow best before time. So the mother start to grow before time, you know? You understand? So the food, that is another spiritual warfare. You're not just going alone the music in
Stop that. Let's go to the next one, man. See, this food is a spiritual warfare, my brothers and sisters, and it's killing a lot of us, man. It's killing a whole lot of us. We need to make sure that we get our systems right. We need to make sure that we're putting the right fuel within our body. And we're going to go over the dietary law here in a second, family. We're going to go over this. The Most High and the Son gave us strict orders on what we're supposed to eat. But in Israel, we just blocked it out the window.
That's right.
We just throw it out the window. That don't exist. The dietary law is not real. The only thing when we think about the dietary law is not eating the pig.
Teach! Bring it up!
I ain't eating the pig. I keep commandments. I ain't eating the pig. I ain't eating the shrimp. I ain't eating the crawfish. I ain't eating the shrimp. I keep the commandments. I'm keeping the dietary law. Chips and dips and the dips and the rolls and the sauces and all that stuff. Is that permitted by the Most High and His Son? Is that lawful? Is it? Play the next video, man. Yes, sir.
See that? That's the arrogant king. That's the 4 elements of your movie. If they go past that, then you are already just walking in a death culture. Because it's going to bring sickness and disease because it's acidic filling. And these acids actually bring a mucosal response, and then millions will pull your ass.
Give me the next video on this. I'm just trying to ingrain it into the brothers and sisters, man. And make sure you liking the video. Make sure you putting comments, man. Make sure you smash the like button too. Put a 1 in the chat, man, if everybody listening. Put a 1 in the chat for my brothers and sisters if you still taking notes, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you still, man, following along with it. This is very serious. We're talking about the deadly sin of gluttony, man. The deadly sin. The sin that will kill you.
That's right.
Will literally kill you. The sin that will literally kill you.
That's right.
We need to get healthy, man. We need to start taking this serious.
Right.
We need to start doing the things necessary that we're doing so we can make sure and stop. And you know what I mean? For that, you know, play this next video before I say that. Play the next video.
You're supposed to use your H3O2 to help the body and assist it while hydration kicking on your organs and cleansing. Between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. libations. At 12 o'clock is when you eat your heaviest meal. Now between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. is when your food start being utilized. The metabolic process. This is the metabolic process. Then at 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon is cleansing. So if you look at a hamburger is made of bread. This bread is made of wheat. This wheat is a grain. This is a starch food. The meat is a complex protein that your body cannot break down at all. Matter of fact, it's a proton which eliminates electrons in the body, which is very acidic. So you're mixing uric acid with carbonic acid. And then let's not forget the other starch, which is your potatoes. Frying these potatoes, which means they're mixing water and oil. And it's the reason why we're having strokes and heart attacks. We have heart disease at the age of damn 30. We've been combining our food wrong, and then we eat this bullshit at all the wrong times of the day.
That's right. Give me the next slide. And when you think about that, my brothers and sisters, man, this is very serious. And all I'm just trying to do is just trying to bring awareness, man, to the family. I'm just trying to bring awareness to my brothers and sisters. Go ahead, go to the next slide, family. Is that the end of it? And this is for my brothers and sisters. Okay? We cannot ignore this any longer. And I'm going to say this. For my brothers, man, that's on the street corner. For my brothers, man, that's really teaching this word. Say, man, you can't be rebuking nobody if you one step away from their deathbed. That's right. And I know you brothers don't want to hear this, man. I know you don't. And I know you don't think that this is important. And I know you don't think that this is very serious. And for my sisters, man, my Israelite sisters, okay? I need you to get it together, my sisters.
That's right.
Too many of our sisters overweight. The black woman, she has totally turned it in. Motivate yourself, my sister, for long life.
That's right.
Motivate yourself, my brother, for long life.
That's right.
But one thing that I want my brothers to understand, man, and we're not talking about body types again. Think about this. I'm not talking about that again, okay? Because the Most High and the Son can do whatever it is that he please. But I'm talking about overall health. I'm talking about overall being in shape. I'm talking about the wellness of your body. God gave us a body so he can put our spirit inside of these bodies. We got to take care of this well, man. For some of my sisters, man, that, you know, you want to date, you want to get out there on the dating scene, and you want to try to get you a man, you want to try to be attracted to a man. Sis, first thing, let's get in shape.
That's right. That's right. Teach.
Let's get healthy. And you know, you love everybody come in things of this nature, man. But I'm just keeping it 100 with that, man. You want to get in the dating scene, you want to catch you a man, sis. Let's start with being proactive about our health.
That's right.
And same thing for my brothers, man. You know, it kind of worried me a little bit, man, when I see that, you know, brothers teaching the Bible, and it's okay. Let me not really teaching the Bible, but rebuking. You know what I'm saying? Telling other people to fix their life, and you a gluttony.
Bring it up!
I have a problem with that. I have a real deal problem with that because gluttony is a sin.
That's right.
And we be professing that we perfect. We be professing that. I keep all the laws, all the commandments. I am a 613 commandment keeper. And bro, you got about 50 pounds you gotta drop, family, or your cholesterol gonna start messing with your heart, bruh. Facts. Or your kidneys about to start failing, family. Your liver about to give out. Cancer, colon cancers. And you telling other people how to live. And you ain't got your own health together. Hey, man, look, I ain't telling brothers what to do, bro, but I'm just exhorting my brothers. Hey, man, you might want to get a hold on that. See what I'm saying? If we want to live a long life and we got to do these things, family, we got to start taking heed to what the Most High and His Son gave us, man. Let's go ahead and get into some scriptures a little bit. Go to Genesis chapter 1 and verse 29. for my brothers and sisters. And then we're going to pull back up the slideshow as well, man. We're going to get back into the slideshow as well. Let's go to Genesis chapter 1 and verse 29. We're dealing with the deadly sin of gluttony. We're dealing with defiling the temple of the Most High and the Son.
That's right.
The temple. Defiling it. And we're not believing that that is sin. We're really going out professing ourselves. We righteous. We holy. Everybody should follow us. Everybody should do what we tell them what to do. Everybody should be listening to us. And man, bro, your diet. You ain't gonna have too much longer, my brother. For my sisters. And I wanna and this is what I want to motivate my sisters to get in more shape. You know, when the food industry, when the satanic food industry started ramping up in the 70s, man, people didn't used to have weight problems back then. Think about that. I had a couple of images, but I saved it for time purposes. But I had images of showing what people look like in the 60s, what people look like in the 70s, what people look like in the 50s. Man, you didn't see people that was unhealthy. Now, I'm not talking about different things, man. A brother can come down with an illness at any time. A sister can come down with an illness at any time. That's the working of the Most High and the Son. But these things right here, family, we all got the power over this.
That's right.
We make excuses. See, our righteousness level only hit a certain bit. And then when before we get to that next level, we fight with this. No, man, no. We all need a reality check on this.
That's right.
And for my sisters again, and I know how hard it is for my sisters, man. Look, I understand when she give birth, bro, her body changed, man. Her body going through different hormonal processes. She has to consume more when she has a baby inside of her. Some of these sisters, sis, you might have a baby back to back to back. You might have a baby 3 years in a row. And I understand it, especially for my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the woman. I understand what it is, man. You got menstrual cycles. You got hormonal imbalances that goes on between your body on an every single day basis. This is much love for my sisters, man. But some of you sisters, you just give up. After that second child, man, after that third child, after that fourth child, you just say, F it. I don't need my health no more. I don't need my body no more. I don't need the things that I need to have. I don't need these things no more. I'm done with it. F it. For my sisters. My Israelite sisters. Come on now. I'm not going to let you get away with it. Okay? I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to speak good to you. When you're in this process, especially again, man, for my sisters, I understand, man, how it is when you give birth, bro. Don't come holler at me. I ain't finna give birth to nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, all the power to the Most High and the Son for giving our sisters the ability to go through that, man. Much love and respect for you sisters. But a lot of our sisters, man, you just turn it in, man, after that second child. You turn it in. You start to make poor decisions. You start to get addicted to these processed foods. You start to get addicted to these fast foods. And I had statistics as well, man, that, you know what I mean, the black woman over the past 25 years, she has collectively gained 50 pounds. Same thing for the man. And this is nothing that somebody else is doing to us. This is just the things that we are putting upon ourselves. Let's go to Genesis real quick. Genesis chapter 1 and verse 29. Read this.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 29.
Read.
And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed.
Look at this. This is what the Most High and the Son is giving us for our brothers and sisters. 613 commandment keepers. This is what the Lord is giving us. And behold, I have given you every green herb bearing seed. Read.
Which is upon the face of all the earth.
The Lord said every green herb bearing seed, which is upon all the face of the earth. Read.
And every tree.
And every tree is what the Lord is telling us. Read.
In the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed.
And the Lord said in the trees when they yield their seeds. Read.
To you it shall be for meat.
Is that a commandment or not?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Woo! Is that a commandment or not?
Teach.
See, the Lord already gave us the blueprint. See, the Lord already put these things right in front of us. The Lord already showed us the way. But it's like I say with us Israelites, man, our focus, bro, is on the ship.
Yes, sir.
Our focus is on becoming demigods. Half man, half amazing. Read verse 29 again.
And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed.
The Lord said he's given us every herb bearing seed. Read.
Which is upon the face of all the earth.
The Lord said, which is upon the face of all the earth. This is what the Lord has given us. Read.
And every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed.
The Lord said, even the trees, when they yield their fruits, giving seed. Read.
To you it shall be for meat.
The Lord said, to you it shall be for meat. Read.
And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth.
Everything that creepeth upon the earth, all animals, all beasts, all fowls. Read.
Wherein there is life.
Wherein there is life, wherein it has blood inside. Read.
I have given every green herb for meat.
The Lord said he's given us these things, every green herb that beareth their seed for meat. Read.
And it was so.
Nah, it was a lie.
And it was so.
Nah, it's just a little bit.
And it was so.
So what's up with this?
Bring it up.
Do we blot this out the Bible?
Teach.
Yeah, we do. Because that's not how we've been trained up in this walk, bro. We've been trained to have goggle eyes in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We've been trained line upon line. And we ain't reading this book. We're going to read this one more time. Put it in the chat, family. Dialogue with me. Is this a commandment or not? Is it a commandment or is it not? Read it again. Verse 29. Read this.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 29.
Read.
And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed.
The Lord said he's given us every herb bearing seed. Read.
Which is upon the face of all the earth.
The Lord said, which is upon the face of all the earth. Read.
And every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed.
And the Lord said, in the fruit trees, the ones that yield fruit that have seeds on the inside. Read.
To you it shall be for meat.
To you it shall be for your food. Read.
And to every beast of the earth.
Every beast on the earth, every fowl, every animal. Read.
And to every fowl of the air. And to everything that creepeth upon the earth.
To everything that creepeth upon the earth. Read.
Wherein there is life.
Wherein the blood is inside and the Lord put the spirit inside. Read.
I have given every green herb for meat.
The Lord said he's given every green herb for meat. Read.
And it was so.
It was a lie.
And it was so.
No, just maybe.
And it was so.
Israelites, what's going on?
Teach.
That's a real question. What's going on, sis? I understand the head wrap. Con. You at the Shabbat? Con. All praise to the Most High and His Son. You know, we all got to start somewhere. You know, for my brothers, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Con. You know what I'm saying? All praises. But, you know, we have ignored that this whole time.
Yes, sir.
You know, we ignored that. Let's go to Exodus chapter 23 and verse 20. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 20. And you know, you think about these type of things, man. You know, these are not your typical Israelite sermons or your typical Israelite education. It's not. This is very unorthodox stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Very, you know, coming on the right-hand side, showing different angles of the scriptures now. You know what I mean? And, you know, a lot of us, we're going to reject this. No, man. See, the Lord always gave us everything that we need, man, to protect ourselves so we can have length of days and long life. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 20. Read this.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 20.
Read.
Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
This is what the Lord is telling us, man. He said an angel will always be with her to lead our footsteps in the way that we should go. Read.
Beware of him.
Say, take heed. Read.
And obey his voice.
Obey the voice of the Most High and his Son and his servants. Read.
Provoke him not.
Don't reject what the angel is telling you and the medicine that he's giving you. Read.
For he will not pardon your transgressions.
See, the Lord said he will not pardon these transgressions if you don't listen, if you don't obey. Read.
For my name is in him.
See, because the Lord sent out his spirit, man, amongst the prophets. Keep reading.
But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice.
See, the Lord said if we obey his voice, read.
And do all that I speak.
And for the brothers and sisters to do all the things that he's speaking, read.
Then I will be an enemy unto thy enemy.
The Lord said he'll show up for you and will hold your back. Read.
And an adversary unto thine adversary.
The Lord said he'll fight for you in the time of your appointed time. Read.
For mine angel shall go before thee.
This is what the Lord is telling us. He'll always lead us in these righteous paths. Read.
And bring thee in unto the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off.
Keep reading.
Thou shalt not bow down to their God.
The Lord is telling us, man, keep our mind focused on the Most High and His Son. Do not bow down to their gods. Read.
Nor serve.
The Lord said, don't serve their gods. Read.
Nor do after their works.
The Lord said, don't do these things after their works. Read.
But thou shalt utterly overthrow them, and quite break down their image.
The Lord said, they images, break them down. Read.
And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread.
The Lord said he'll serve him, man. He'll bless your bread. Read.
And thy water.
He said he'll bless your waters. Read.
And I will take sickness away from the midst of thee.
Do we believe that?
Take it out.
Do we believe that?
Bring it out.
Let's go to Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1 real quick. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. And we're going to be covering these things, man. Diving off into these scriptures because, bro, health of life, the scripture says sound body and sound health is above all gold. It's above all wealth. It's above everything.
Bring it out.
No life without your body.
That's right.
Especially in this realm. You know what I'm saying? You have no life without your body. You have no life without your health. You have no life if you don't be conscious enough of the things that you put into your body, the food and the drinks. You have to be conscious of these things that you put into your body, my brothers and sisters. And there are consequences when you put these things inside of your bodies, man.
That's right.
There are consequences that could be detrimental to your family. That could be detrimental to your neighborhood. That could be detrimental to your own generation, to your own legacy. Health, man. Health. The Father, man, gave us strict stipulations on this, man. Our health, our body, the things that we're supposed to be doing on a daily basis, man. The Most High and His Son gave us the blueprint for this. And as Israelites, we just ignore it. Scapegoat loopholes. Let's get some more understanding on this as well. You go to Genesis 1, the Lord said that He provided for us our meat was going to be the things with the herbs. Our meat was going to be the herb yielding seed in the fruit trees, yielding seed that shall be meat for you. Okay? But the Most High and His Son, the Lord, the Father, had to look down on His creation and He seen that the first man, Adam, was wicked. Then you have the fall of man. When man fell to the earth, his consciousness failed. Okay? His understanding failed. His awareness failed. Not really man really coming out of the sky and falling down out of the sky. Let's get some understanding on this. I'm building up a premises here. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. Read this.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1.
Read.
And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth.
The scripture tells us it came to pass when men began to multiply upon the face of the earth. Read.
And daughters were born unto them.
Daughters was born unto them. Read.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men that were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Keep reading.
And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with men.
See, the Lord had told us, man, His spirit was not going to always be in man's mind. Read.
For that He also is flesh.
Because He operates off of His fleshly instincts. Read.
Yet His days shall be 120 years.
And these are the 120 years of what you think about in the short span of a lifetime that we living on to this day. When you're thinking about that. Read down, jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5.
Read.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
See, the Lord seen that man consciousness was not able to ascend unto heaven. He seen that his imaginations was wicked in his heart on the earth. Read.
And it repented the Lord.
See, and then it repented of the Lord of his creation. Read.
That he had made man on the earth.
He made man on the earth. It repented him for his evil doings. Read.
And it grieved him at his heart.
And it grieved the Lord at his heart. Read.
And the Lord said.
This is what the Lord said that he was going to do to man. Read.
I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth.
So that first man, the Lord said he was going to destroy him off the face. Read.
Both man.
He said man, read.
And beast.
And beast, read.
And the creeping thing.
And the creeping thing, read.
And the fowls of the air.
And the fowls, read.
For it repented me that I have made them.
See, the Lord had made these things and it repented him of these things. Read.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
Go to Genesis 9:1. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is you got a lot of brothers in Israel, a lot of brothers with the Bible in their hands, telling people that they can't eat meat.
Teach.
Or telling people that it is a sin to eat meat.
Bring it up.
How many of y'all heard of this? How many of y'all seen this? Using partial parts of the Bible. Really not reading their Bible. You know what a lot of us Israelites do? We just read that precept. Here it is. It say it right here. The Bible is a thing. The Bible is an ongoing story. There are different evolutions and different revelations and different changes that goes on inside of the Bible. It might be one thing right here on the left-hand side of the Bible, and the right-hand side of the Bible is a whole nother thing. That's why you have the old covenant with the veil, and you take the veil off of the understanding and take the veil off of your consciousness, and you enter into the Lord rest in his new covenant. These things are different. Now, just read about you in Genesis 1:26. Let me go back and read that in Genesis 1:29. This is the Genesis, the first chapter. This is the beginning. This is the provision of food. And God said, behold, I have given you every green herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, every tree in the fruit of the tree, yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. Now we just read in Genesis 6 how we had the fall of man consciousness in the Lord, and it repented the Lord, and the Lord wiped everybody off the planet, wiped everybody off the earth.
That's right.
Man fell all the way down to the ground. Now, we're going to go into this Genesis 9:1. And sometimes, man, I don't understand. And, you know, man find every single way to establish his own righteousness. He gonna find something, especially when man is using the Bible, especially when women using the Bible. They gonna use the Bible to show that I'm more righteous than you. And you've heard brothers, man, you've heard sisters saying that it's a sin to eat meat. Let's see what the scriptures say. Genesis 9:1. Read this.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 1.
Read.
And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth.
Be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth. Read.
And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth.
You'll have dominion. Read.
And upon every fowl of the air.
Every fowl. Read.
Upon all that moveth upon the earth.
Everything that's in the earth. Read.
And upon all the fishes of the sea.
Fishes of the sea. Read.
Into your hand are they delivered.
This is what the Lord is telling us. He's given these things unto man when he found grace in Noah's sight. But the Lord said he was going to destroy man for his evil doings. Read.
Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
Read that again one more time.
Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
Read.
Even as the green herb have I given you all things.
Read.
But flesh with the life thereof.
The Lord said that these things are still alive, raw. Read.
Which is the blood thereof.
When it still has the blood. Read.
Shall ye not eat.
So what's going on, man, when my brother's pushing that on other people, man?
Teach.
Is this not real too? So the first part real, but this part not real. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 16. This is why the Most High and the Son exhorts us not to be damn over righteous all the time, man.
That's right.
But that's what man gonna do, bro.
That's right.
Man gonna look at another man and he gonna say, "Oh man, you ain't righteous." Let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. When you're talking about food, man, you're talking about this industry, especially with gluttony. This deals, man, over your body. But I'm gonna tell you something. If a man going around and he don't eat meat, that don't make you real, man.
That's right.
Bro. That don't count you as righteous if you don't eat meat. That don't count you righteous if you do eat meat. You have provisions of what meat you can't eat and what meat that you can't eat. You have provisions of the food that you can't eat and what food that you can't eat. But just because a man don't eat meat, that don't make you righteous, bro. That don't make you real. That don't make you solid. That don't make you stand down. That don't make you 10-toed down because you don't eat meat.
That's right.
Boy, get the hell out of here with that. You too, sis. And it's the same thing for the man. And it's the same thing for the brothers that do eat meat. That don't make you real. That don't make you righteous.
That's right.
Because you do eat meat.
That's right.
We got to understand, man, the greatest commandment of all is love. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 16. Read this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 16.
Read.
Be not righteous over much.
Don't be righteous over much. Read.
Neither make thyself overwise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?
Go to Romans chapter 14 and verse 1. I just want to cover this right here. Then we're going to get back into this gluttony, man. These things that we continuously doing to our bodies, we continuously doing to our minds, we continuously doing to our spirits, we continuously doing to our families. The deadly sin of gluttony. Not taking our health seriously, man. Why not? Why not? Why do we pass over this? Why we so infatuated with the law? What about the food law? What about the law where we're supposed to be eating, ingesting into our bodies? What about that? What about that, my brothers and sisters? What about that?
Teach.
Romans chapter 14 and verse 1. Read this.
Romans chapter 14 verse 1.
Read.
Him that is weak in the faith, receive ye.
We got a brother or a sister that may be weak in the faith. The Lord said receive and read.
But not to doubtful disputations.
Not, man, for discernments, man, and doubtful disputations that have a brother or a sister, you know what I'm saying, questioning their faith in the Most High and the Son. Read.
For one believeth that he may eat all things.
You got a man who may go to Genesis 9 and believe that he can eat all things. Read.
Another who is weak eateth herbs.
And you might go one that go to Genesis 1 and believe that he can only eat herbs. Read.
Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not.
Let not him, man, that eat despise the man that don't eat herbs. Read.
And let not him which eateth not judge him that eateth. For God hath received.
The scriptures say God hath received him. Read.
Who art thou that judgest another man's service?
See, we all think, man, that we all live for man and we supposed to be responding to man and we supposed to do things that man tell us to do. But the scripture tells us, how are you going to judge another man's servant? Read.
To his own master, he standeth.
His own master, he gonna stand, read.
Or fall.
His own master, he gonna fall, read.
Yea, he shall be holding up, for God is able to make him stand.
Now jump down to verse 11. This is what we have to understand when we're talking about these things. But my brothers and sisters who love to judge on that thing. You can't eat meat. You can't eat meat. Come on, man. Stop the garbage. Stop that garbage. Looking for a way to find yourself over righteous other than your brother and other than your sister. I'm going to say it again. Just because you don't eat meat make you real.
That's right.
It don't make you holy, bro. It don't make you solid.
That's right.
You can not eat meat and still be a snitch.
That's right.
You cannot eat meat and still be gossiping. Not eat meat and still be a fraud.
That's right.
Stop that, bro. Please. And we're going to get into some more scriptures on that as well. Romans 14 and 11. This is the reason why we have to understand this. Read.
Romans chapter 14 verse 11.
Read.
For it is written, as I live, saith the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God.
Go to Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. And while we're talking about health, my brothers and sisters, and we're talking about being gluttonous, most of us suffering from gluttony, man. It's not just... Think about this, man. When you're talking about the law, the Lord told us that we're supposed to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. If we don't take care of our own self and our own bodies, how can you love anybody else? How? How can you love anybody else? The scriptures say love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, man, if you don't value your own health, if you don't value the things that you put into your body, the things that you're drinking, the things that you're eating and for your body, if you don't have the full will of God to sustain you away from all of these poisons food, how can you love somebody else fully when you don't love yourself?
Bring it up!
That's what the Bible say. You love your neighbor as you love yourself, family. So if you don't love yourself enough to be conscious enough to do the best that you can to take care of the vehicle and the vessel that the Lord gave to you to put your spirit in so you can be an Israelite, if you're not taking care of that, how you going to take care of somebody else, man?
That's right.
How? We got to be conscious of that. We have to understand that these things are actually real. We have to understand that these things are going to be given right back to us. And when you're talking about the foods that we eat and the drinks that we consume, the Most High said that you reap what you sow.
That's right. Facts.
And for my brothers and sisters, man, that's dealing with these sickness, the gouts, okay, the high blood pressure, hypertension, obesity, and these different things of that nature, hey, man, probably 10 times out of 10, you sowing that seed yourself, bro. You know, we dealing with all these type of health problems and we can't get our stuff together, you know what I'm saying? And we still not operating like we supposed to. We still not doing the things that we supposed to. These are the rewards that the Lord has given us because we doing these things to ourselves.
That's right.
The Lord gonna render you according to your deeds. And when it come to health, man, our bodily health, this is one of the most important things that we can ever do. Look, I say, man, Granny dying too early. Popo dying too early. Simply because of what we ingesting into our bodies. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Read this.
Galatians chapter 6 verse 7.
And this should add some type of accountability to the things that how we treat our own bodies. Read.
Be not deceived.
The Lord say, man, don't be deceived. Read.
God is not mocked.
The Lord said he is not mocked in all the things that he's telling us what to do. Read.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
So when you're talking about our health and things, these things are dependent on us, man.
That's right.
And if you sowing that, sis, and if you sowing that, bro, that's the Lord rewarding you for what you're doing.
Right.
That ain't the white man, bro. That ain't slavery, bro. That's your own decisions. That's
right.
Your decisions when you making. That's you doing that to yourself.
That's right.
That's you. And we just be ignoring this, man. And the ones who supposed to be really do that, man, especially the brothers that's bringing out this word. Hey, man, we need to start having more care of our bodies, man, more care of our wives' bodies, more care of our children's bodies when you're talking about health. Let's read that again from the top, verse 7.
Be not deceived.
The Lord is telling us again, do not be deceived. Read.
God is not mocked.
See, man, you can't play games with the Most High and the Son. Read.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
So the Lord is telling us, man, the things that you do to yourself, you're going to get the rewards of the things that you're doing to yourself. Read.
Right. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
See, that's what the Lord is telling us, man. If you sow these things to these flesh, man, you're going to of the flesh reap corruption. Read.
But he that soweth to the spirit.
But the brothers and sisters that's conscious enough to start sowing things to their spirits, read.
Shall of the spirit reap life everlasting.
Let's go to Romans chapter 2 and verse 6. This is something I know, man, that my brothers and sisters don't want to hear. And this is something that, you know, we just going to look out the other window on this. This is something that is very uncomfortable. And this is something that is not taught in Israelite churches.
Bring it out.
It's the law and the law and the law. It's the outward different things. It's the things that we can use to other people and condemn. It's the things that we can go to the street corner and show out and point out on other people. But when you're talking about this deadly sin of gluttony, we're going to blot that out of the Bible.
Bring it out.
That ain't real. You know, killing our own selves and not really taking care of our bodies like we're supposed to, really giving in to this industry, hitting these fast food restaurants over 180 times a year, eating all this dairy, eating all these processed foods, these snacks, these chips, and the dips. And I'm not saying, man, that you can't eat these things, man, or I'm not saying that, you know, you're going to die from eating these things, but you will die from eating those things if you're eating them 180 times a year. If you eating this stuff 15 times a month, half of your meals is processed fast foods, and the other half of your meals is not really fresh foods. When you get 45, when you get 50, and when you get 55, that's when the rewards are going to start coming in from that. And some of the times, man, you seeing, man, I got something here, man, for these children. Got too many of these children in that same type of spirit too.
Right.
Junebug, ain't no way, man. Junebug, he 8 years old. How he obese and he 8?
Bring it out.
How Princess obese and she 9? I understand, man, some babies come out the womb 12 damn pounds. I ain't talking about none of that carnal stuff, bro. Dialogue with me and listen to me. These are the results that we doing to our own selves. Okay? And in this movement, man, we love to blame somebody else for these things. We love to point the finger at other people. But then when you're talking about self-accountability, especially, man, with the things that we doing, when we doing to our own health and our own bodies, man, we don't want to talk about that, man. We're going to turn the other way on that. That is not important.
Bring it up!
Romans chapter 2 and verse 6. Read this.
Romans chapter 2 verse 6.
Read.
Who will render to every man according to his deeds?
That's the law is. This is what Christ came teaching the law. The balance, the in and the out, the one and the zero, the up and the down, the in and the out, the sow and the reap. Render a man according to his deeds. That is the law and the prophets. Whatsoever a man sow, that's what he's going to also reap. Whatever that you want somebody to do unto you, you have to do those things unto them. That is the prophets and the law. This is what the Lord came teaching. And for all of us brothers and sisters, again, man, get me back on the slideshow again and go down all the way down to the slide. And I want you to see who fault of this is this amongst my Israelite brothers and sisters. Okay, go up one slide. Go up another slide. Think about this, man. This is the Israelite population in the United States, man. 131 million Israelites, man. 62% of Israelites take up the United States population. Go to the next slide. But then when you think about this, man, Israelites, we lead the nation in kidney failure, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, cancer, gout, miscarriages in women, loss in eyesight, hypertension, obesity, stroke, chronic liver disease, cancer, the disease of mind, tumors, blood clots, sexually transmitted disease, and ultimately it leads to death, man. To death.
That's right.
To death. That's what it leads to. And the first person who's going to give up on their health is my sisters.
Bring it up!
They're going to give up.
That's right. Facts.
Don't give up, sis. You got to fight.
Facts.
Don't give up, sis. You got to fight.
That's right.
You just had 3 babies in 4 years. You just had 3 babies in 5 years.
Bring it up.
I understand. Take your time with this, man. You can't go you can't go in the gym and go. You can't do this and fix this overnight.
Real talk.
But be conscious on your mind, my sister. Be conscious of that. You know, the Lord may be trying to prepare your body for another child, but if you're full of junk, man, He's not going to give it to you.
That's right.
And for my brothers, man, you understand, man, go back to that slide again. You know, we eating these foods. The Lord said, man, you sow whatever it is that you're reaping, man. These are the things that we're reaping, bro.
That's
you
right.
know, you're talking about testosterone. You're talking about sperm count. It's the lowest that it done been in the history of man.
That's right. Right.
Say, man, you don't want to, hey, bro, that's, you know what I'm saying? Your rod is your life, brother.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. That's your life. That's serious business. A man to say, take my arm, take my leg, take my eye, take my ear,
That's
take
right.
my nose, take my tongue, take my mouth, take my mouth. Don't take that ride.
That's right.
Just
bring it out.
Serious business, bro.
That's your life, bro. And these type of things, man, will affect you negatively in that way.
That's right.
Reaping and sowing. We have to start paying attention to these things. And for my brothers and sisters, man, especially for us, one, not following the dietary law like we're supposed to, right? Okay? You got to lay it out. You got the fruits and vegetables with the herbs in it, okay? And you have the meats, you have the clean meats, and you have the unclean meats. It didn't say nothing about glyceride, glyceride, type 4, fluceride, red 5, 4, 5, green 5, red 5, glyceride, fructose, high fructose syrup.
Bring it out.
None of that is in the dietary law. It's not. I mean, it's just not. This is just the facts. It's just not. And our brothers and sisters, what I want you to understand, saying, man, slowly wean yourself off of that stuff, man. Slowly wean yourself off of it. You've been eating chips for the past 20 years. It's going to be hard to put that chip down. The Dorito going to be calling me. It's going to be calling. It's going to be calling. You know what I'm saying? Them Gushers, them Fruit Rollers, them Skittles, them Annihilators, they gonna be calling. And the one who gonna influence you the most, the one who gonna make you break down, is gonna be the children.
That's right. Right.
Because, you know, you don't want to upset the children. You know what I mean? You don't want to make the children feel bad, you know. So you kind of, you know, you want to give them the things that they want. You know what I mean? And when you talk about a children, what we normally do with our child, in order to get them to behave or to get them to calm down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We pass them that little meal right there. Slowly, you know what I'm saying? Wean your children off of that too. It's going to be hard getting off drugs, man. It's always hard getting off drugs.
Teach!
Bring it out.
But gluttony is a deadly sin.
That's right.
Gluttony is a sin that'll kill a man. Gluttony is a sin that'll kill a woman.
That's right.
Physically kill you. And again, you know, my brothers and sisters, man, when you talk about Israelite teaching and teaching the Bible again, man, ships, chips, prophecies, and all that, and we're not belittling it, and we're not saying that none of those things are important. We understand that, man, but none of that is important without life. None of that is important without good bodily health. None of that important without having 2 legs to walk on, without functioning eyes and functioning ears and functioning noses and a functioning heart, liver, pancreas, adrenals, functioning esophagus, small intestines, large intestines, your acid in your stomach to be moving properly, to have, you know, bowel movements on a time to where you're not being constipated, so you're not having colon cancer and having cancer all up in your system, not having, you know what I'm saying, different illnesses and different sicknesses that's going on throughout the nation. And especially with the brothers that's teaching the Bible, man, you might want to start looking at these type of things and really start looking like, hey, man, are you really fit for this?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is something that you got to take seriously, man. You think about some of us and our family members, man, we ain't had one grandmama over 75 yet. Everybody croaking. Mama got this. Daddy got this. Grandpa had this. Some of our family, man, the whole family that we living in, everybody died of sickness, man. Everybody. You can make a change as an Israelite.
That's right.
You can make a change. You can take heed to what the Most High and His Son is giving you for length of days and long life. You get this poison, you get this garbage up out of your system, man. You'll understand how better you start thinking clearly, man. Your emotionals will start to drive down a little bit. Your mood swings will start to drive down a little bit. Your clarity, your understanding, your cognitive dissonance that you're using will start to get better. Your awareness, your remembrance of things, the things to be able to see, your eyesight and start to get better. You know, for my sisters, man, you know, some of you sisters, bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back. You know what I'm saying? You know, like 3-6, who said 3-6 Mafia, right? You know, bald heads, scallywag, ain't got no jail up, weed up. You know, same thing, you know, a lot of my brothers, man, going bald and stuff like that.
That's right.
You know, a lot of this stuff, man, is hereditary and stuff like that, but a lot of it is because, man, our body filled with poison.
Facts.
Bring it up!
Facts.
It's just filled with poison. So the things that we need on an everyday basis, we can't operate on those things functionally, man, because our stomach and our intestines and our bodies and our colons is filled up with toxins.
That's right. That's right.
And buildup. It's mainly why the reason, you know what I mean, why we sleeping all day.
That's right.
You got no energy. Hard to wake up in the morning.
That's right.
It's hard to get a good night's sleep. You're not motivated anymore. You know, and for my brothers and sisters, man, that affects the bedroom too, man. You know, as a man, you know, that's what we live for. If we want to keep it 100, man, when you got these things in your system, bro, that messes up you in the bedroom. That messes up your mood. That messes up your mood, and especially for the woman, man, it messes up her mood. She got 4 meals in her stomach. She ain't gonna want to be in the mood to, you know what I'm saying? This affects everything. But the most important thing that it's going to affect, man, the Lord said that this will affect you by killing you, man. Making you die slow, early diseases and stuff like that. We have to take advantages. Israelites, again, man, we leading in kidney failure, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, cancer, gout, miscarriages in women. You know, the birth rate, fertility in women is going down. Loss of eyesight, man. That's why people, you know, losing their eyesight. You know, a lot of this stuff is, some of this stuff is hereditary, but a lot of this stuff goes into the poison that we put into our body. Especially when you're talking about obesity, man. What is obesity? You know, you can't pass down obesity, man.
Bring it out.
Obesity is not hereditary. You have to get obese on your own. Hypertension, let's go back up to that. Hypertension, stroke, chronic liver diseases, Cancer, the disease of mind, tumors, blood clots, sexually transmitted diseases can come from foods too. That's another topic on another day where people don't believe that as well. And ultimately, death, family, come from gluttony. And this is just one of those sins, man, you probably ain't gonna hear Brew talking about. How many of you Israelites have ever watched a street teaching video and a Brew got on another Brew for being a glutton?
Bring it out!
Y'all ever seen that? Nah. You know, how many of us Israelites, man, when we be watching these street teaching videos, right? Brothers on the corner, immaculate with the precept, flipping and flipping, serving and flipping and dipping, right? You know, do you understand? You got on pants, and you wicked, and you know what you're talking about, Allah and stuff like that. You a Muslim and stuff like that. Never heard nobody talking about gluttony, man. Anybody know a gluttony scripture? What's the precept on gluttony?
Teach.
Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1. I'm just bringing you another side of the spectrum, my brothers and sisters, to where, like, hey, man, if we say that we holy, man, we all got to appreciate that the body that the Most High and His Son gave us.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And I'm not telling my brothers and sisters to go around and be health freaks, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling my brothers and sisters to do that, because I'm going to read here a couple of scriptures where the Lord said the Lord gave us certain things, man, for us to eat moderately and drink moderately. And it's okay. You go to the book of Deuteronomy, man, when a man paying his tithes and he turned his tithes into money, the Lord allowed a man to come in Jerusalem and buy whatever his soul lusted after. Whether if it come to drink or whether if it come to meat. Okay? So you have these different things, man, okay? And for my brothers that are herbalists and for my sisters that are herbalists, pass that information on down to our brothers and sisters. You might motivate somebody to clean up their arteries. You might motivate somebody to clean up their blood streams and stuff like that, man. But we have to all be conscious on our health, man. Especially when you're talking about gluttony, man. Stop overeating all the time, man. That ain't nothing but white sugar inside of your body, messing with your neurotransmitters, messing with your organs, messing with your neurons in your body, telling you that you're hungry when you just ate 35 minutes ago. You just ate an hour ago. We got to get off of these poisons. We got to get off of these foods. We got to get off of these things. Because believe it or not, the Most High and the Son's Spirit don't dwell in the body that's subject to sin. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 3. Read this.
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 3.
Read.
For forward thoughts separate from God.
The Lord telling us, man, forward thoughts in your mind separate us from the power. Read.
And His power.
And His majesties. Read.
When it is tried.
When it is tried through that fire. Read.
Reproveth the unwise.
This is what the Spirit of the Most High and the Son do. Forward thoughts. It separates you. Read.
For into a malicious soul.
This is what the Lord is telling us, man. Into a malicious soul. Read.
Wisdom shall not enter.
The Lord said the spirit of wisdom will not enter a malicious soul. Read.
That's right. Nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin.
And when you read that, man, you gotta believe that, bro.
That's right.
You can't just throw that out the window, man, thinking that ain't no real thing, man, because you precept up.
Bring it out.
You see what I'm saying? This is something that we all got to make a change with. Right. This is something that we all got to repent from. This is something that we all have to continue to do, man. And listen to the brothers and sisters that's telling us to do these things, man.
That's right.
Listen to them and take heed to that. We should all be, if the Most High and the Son say so, if the Most High and the Son give us a level playing field to where we should all live, we should all touch at least 80 years old, man.
That's right.
Bring it out.
You got car accidents and stuff, you got tragic accidents. A woman, birth is very dangerous. Man could get hurt at his work. A man could breathe in some toxic fumes and stuff and make him say, I ain't talking about none of that, bro. I'm talking about the things that we have control of, and especially the things that we are putting down our throats, and especially the things that we drinking on an everyday basis. We got to get conscious of these things, man. Fight that good fight of faith for my brothers and sisters. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 and verse 1. And this is something that we all know. If you don't know, then you lying. This is something that we all know. We all know because your body talk to you.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Your body gonna respond in certain ways about certain things. Your body will. When you get sick, right? Mucus start coming out your nose. Mucus start coming out your mouth. You start getting rashes on your skin and stuff like that. That's what your body is letting you know. Your energy levels go all the way down. You're extremely moody. You extremely irritated all the time. You don't want to talk. You don't want to understand that these type of things, you know what I'm saying? Your body is responding to the things that you put in it. You got to listen to your body. You can aches, your joints and aches is messing up your ankles and stuff, your knees, your elbows, and different things of that nature. Your neck, your stomach. Your ankle starts swelling up, your legs start swelling up, your feet start swelling up. That's your body responding to the things that you are doing to it. And we all know that we have to have a certain level of health in this game. We all know that. Different body types, of course. Everybody ain't gonna be walking around looking like Ronnie Coleman. Lightweight, you know what I'm saying? If y'all know who Ronnie Coleman is, okay? 8-time Mr. Olympia. Ain't nobody talking about you gotta be walking around like that, bro. But again, chips over strawberries, you gotta take them strawberries, you know what I'm saying? Dairy, milk over squash. Hey man, go ahead and go out there, and you know what I'm saying? And especially for us to fight this stuff, we gotta get our taste buds back.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Our taste buds.
Bring it out.
You know, why you think little children don't like fruits and vegetables? Because mom and daddy been giving them chips and dip and bean pies and lollipops and snow cones and Lucas and ice cream and stuff like that. Their taste buds have adjusted to those things. So when you give them a green onion, so when you cut up some onions and cook it for them and cut them up for them, so when you give them grapes and strawberries, when you give them watermelons and cantaloupe, they don't want that. We all got to cleanse ourselves, man.
Right.
We all got to make sure that we making the right decisions when you're talking about our health. And each and every one of us know that this is the right thing to do. This is what the scriptures say. Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 1. Read this, please.
Ecclesiastes chapter 17, verse 1.
Read.
The Lord created man of the earth.
See, the Lord created man. Read.
And turned them into it again.
And the Lord created man, turned man into a spirit again. Read.
He gave them few days.
He gave them just 120 days, 120 years. Read.
In a short time.
In a very short time to experience life. Read.
And power also over the things therein.
And when you understand that precept, man, the Lord only gave us a few days, man, in a short amount of time. Why are we shortening our own short time?
That's right.
Our own shortened lifespan that the Lord gave us, and we shortening by our own selves. Come on, man. We all know these things. Read.
That's right. He endued them with strength by themselves.
See, the Lord gave us strength. Read.
And made them according to his image.
Gave us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Read.
And put the fear of man upon all flesh.
The Lord gave man dominion. Read.
And gave him dominion over beasts and fowls.
Keep reading.
They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord.
5 days of creation. Read.
And in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding.
And in the 6th day, the end of creation, gave you understanding. Read.
And in the 7th, speech.
And in the 7th day, the Lord made man a living soul. Read.
An interpreter of the conjugations thereof.
Gave man in wisdom to understand so he can go out and live his life. Read.
Counsel.
The Lord gave man counsel, the ability to discern counsel. Read.
And a tongue.
The Lord gave man and woman a tongue. Read.
And eyes.
The Lord gave man and woman eyes. Read.
Ears.
Read.
And a heart.
And a heart. Read.
Gave he them to understand.
So, man, we all know, man. You can't act like you don't know, man. The Lord said you know.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
And your body tell you that, too.
That's right.
But in Israel, man, fringes is more important than this. Real talk.
Bring it out.
Square business. The street corner ministry is more important than health. The views on YouTube and Facebook and pretending to be righteous is more important than health. It's more important than our bodily health. It's more important than our spiritual health. Because essentially, man, that's essentially how we trained up. Read.
With all, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding.
See, the Lord gave man knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He filled them. Read.
And shewed them good and evil.
So we understand, man. The Lord already showed us good and evil. Okay? Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And this is the thing that we have to understand when you're talking about, man, our health and our bodily health. Sister, man, you know, if that's something that you need to go ahead and get a grasp on, you need to go ahead and get a grasp on that. For my brother, man, if this is something that you're struggling with, and I understand, man, one thing that I'm trying to get the people to understand, like, bro, we are on drugs. Think about all of these diets that they give us, man. They give us the keto diet. They give us the 30-day diet. You got the 7-day diet, the 14-day diet, the 21-day diet, the original diet, all these different type of diets. Jenny Craig came on the scene and all this type of stuff. None of these things really last, family, because you're not understanding what you're dealing with. You gotta fight, man, for your life. Fight for your life. Fight for your life.
That's right.
Don't ignore this, man. Fight for your life.
That's right.
1 Timothy, man, chapter 6 and verse 12. Read this.
1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 12.
Read.
Fight the good fight of faith.
Read again.
Fight the good fight of faith.
Read again.
Fight the good fight of faith.
Fight, man. Fight these demons, man.
That's right.
Fight that gluttony, man. Fight it.
Teach.
Man, you better put on them boxing gloves, man, and get in that mirror and you tell Gluttony, I am done with you today.
Yes, sir.
I'm done with you today.
That's right.
You done killed my mama, man.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
You done killed my auntie, man.
Bring it
you
up.
killed my grandmother. You killed my grandfather. I am done with you today.
That's right.
Read that again from the top, Ock.
Fight the good fight of faith.
Read again.
Fight the good fight of faith.
Read again.
Fight the good fight of faith.
Stop making these damn excuses, man, and fight for your life, man.
That's right.
Fight for your health.
That's right.
You are in control of that.
That's right.
And they got GMOs and all this type of stuff, man. That ain't what I'm talking about, bro. I ain't talking about none of that, man. I ain't talking about none of that. Fight for your life when it comes to your health. Fight for your life for the end of days. We only get a short amount of time anyway.
That's right.
Fight, man. Put on the whole armor of God. Get some willpower around here, man.
That's right.
Stop bowing down to this. Stop making excuses for this. Fight the good fight of faith. Read.
Lay hold on eternal life.
That eternal life, man. Hold on to that, man. This is taking out all of the people in the community, man. All of our people in the community sick. Everybody's sick. And we just continue to be sick. And we don't want to make lifestyle changes. We don't want to make environment changes. We don't want to change anything at home. What we do is we make excuses. Fight the good fight of faith, man. Hold on to eternal life. Most High and His Son only gave you 120 years anyway. Read.
Whereunto thou art also come, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses.
Go to Proverbs. Matter of fact, go to Romans chapter 7 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Romans chapter 7. See, man, when you're dealing with gluttony, man, when you're dealing with this thing, see, man, gluttony is not something that somebody gonna tell you something about, man. Gluttony is what you gotta realize that you're doing this to your own self, man. Right. You're doing this to your own self, man. Your own self, we doing it. Matter of fact, go to the slide. Go to the beginning of the slideshow. Go to the beginning of the slideshow. The daily sin of gluttony, man. Israelites addicted to the satanic. Golly, man. Man. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. See what I'm trying to here to tell you here, brother. You need to do that and brew. If you go to the doctor, man, you're not gonna like them results.
Bring it on.
That's right.
You know, you go get that diagnostic check, brother, of what you're doing to your body, of what you are doing to yourself, that deadly sin of gluttony, what you doing to yourself. You can't talk about nobody else but you first. Heal yourself first. Fix yourself first. Fix yourself first, sister. Fix yourself first. Do some research, man. It's all different type of things, man. Different blood types, man. Different things of that nature. Do your own research, man. And for my brothers, man, that's inside of your home, and I'm gonna tell you this: the person that's gonna fight you over this is gonna be your wife. Now, listen to me. It's gonna be that woman. Now, a man might be in his house, and a man may make the decision to where everybody in the house gotta start eating healthy. A man may change the things in his pantry. A man may start changing the things in his refrigerator, and your wife gonna fight you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hold on strong, kinfolk. Because she gotta change too.
That's right.
She gonna fight you, man.
That's right.
Junior. Ooh, he gonna fight you. Junior gonna fight you. Princess, I love little Princess. You know what I'm saying? Sweet. She bring out the best out of me, man. She bring out the the loving and caring side of me, man. But Princess gonna fight you too. She gonna fight you. We all need repentance on this, man.
That's right.
We all do.
That's right.
And this ain't no overnight fad, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no overnight thing in the world, you know, I'm, fix it one time and then the next time, you know what I'm saying, it's gone or whatever. And this is a complete lifestyle change. And we're going to be talking about that moderation in a minute, you know what I'm saying? Brothers like me, you know what I'm saying? I love a good meal, you know what I'm saying? I like spaghetti, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You give me some homemade spaghetti, I like that. You know what I'm saying? You do these things in moderation. But I'm guaranteeing you, man, 6 days up out the week, man, I'm eating my fruits, I'm eating my vegetables, I'm eating my home-raised pastured meats, man. And I ain't eating 3 times a day. I'm taking care of my temple, taking care of my body.
That's right.
Because I'm trying to live till I'm 90, 95. They already got chemtrails in the earth. They already spraying pesticides and all these different things on the food. They already got GMOs killing us and everything. Why are we casting in the cell as well? Being lazy. Since you got to get up and cook, since you got to get up. I understand, you know what I mean? And take some pressure off of yourself, man. If you know that you got 3-4 children, they jumping off the wall like Spider-Man, they draining all your energy, why don't you and your husband take 1 day out and make all the meals for the next 6 days in meal prep? You ain't got to cook then. You got your own fast food. Here it is. Bam, here it is. Bam, heat it up, put it in the oven. We all eating right there. See, we can do things, man.
That's right.
We can make adjustments if we want to.
That's right.
But when you're talking about gluttony, Israelites, you know what I'm saying? Thumbs down, bro. Square business. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. All the way. Thumbs down. Let's go back to the slideshow. Hit the slide. Health, mental, and our physical health. We got to unplug from the food matrix. Go to the next slide. Health, our mental health, and our physical health. We got to fight the good fight of faith. Go to the next slide. What is life without health, my sister? What is life if you're sick? What is life if you ain't got health, my brother? What is life? Go to the next slide. How many Israelites take their life and their health seriously?
Bring it up!
How many of us do? How many of us take our lives seriously when it comes to the health? How many of us conscious enough? How many of us doing the necessary things that we need to do to take this seriously with our health? Go to the next slide, man. How many of us Israelites knowing damn well we overweight?
Bring it up!
Now everybody ain't gotta walk around with a 6-pack. Ronnie Coleman, professional athlete, can run a 4.40. Okay? We ain't talking about that, bro. But, you know, women, some of our sisters, you know, you overweight because you call it happy weight. You know, my sister, this is my happy weight. Nah. Mm-hmm. That's an excuse. You know, my brothers, you know, when my brothers putting on pounds, they be like, yeah, man, I'm in the gym. No, you're not.
Facts.
No, you're not. How many of our brothers and sisters willingly knowing that they overweight, willingly knowing that they unhealthy, willingly knowing that they out of shape, willingly knowing that their body is turning against them and you still ain't doing nothing about it?
Teach!
How many of us, man? Put a 1 in the chat if this is you. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that this is you. Overweight, unhealthy, out of shape, sickly, eating poison foods, and you know that your body's starting to turn south on you and you ain't did nothing about it. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me see how many 1s we get. Put a 1 in the chat for my brothers and sisters. Put a 1. Okay? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Put a 1 in the chat if this is you. This ain't to embarrass nobody, man. This is motivation. I am trying to help my Israelite brothers and sisters talk about a subject matter that probably ain't nobody talking about this, man. Chips and chips. You hear me? Miracles, right? I'm talking about basic life and fundamentals. How many of us, man, overweight, unhealthy, out of shape, sickly, and still ain't did nothing about it? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about it. We just ignore this. I keep the commands. Go to the next slide. You know what I'm talking about? Without health, body and mind, there is no life, man. Without this, there is no life. You got to understand, there is no life without this. And we all know that this is prevalent. And we all know that this is a serious business thing. Go to the next slide. We all need to make that spiritual change, man. We need to make that spiritual change right now.
That's right.
And if you bear witness with this too, man, you should be feeling motivated. This should be the message that you need to be hearing right now, man. We need to make this spiritual change, man. We cannot be going around with fringes on talking about that God is in us and we 2 days away from the casket. 2 days away. Not because of that you might have, fallen sickly because of something or these things that right accidents. I'm talking about the stuff that we doing to our own selves, bro. You willingly picking that up and putting it down your throat. You willingly picking that up and drinking that. And yeah, bro, you had you a beer, man. Yeah, man, go ahead and have you a drink, bro. Go ahead and have these things. I'm gonna read some scriptures here in a minute, man, where the Lord said you do these things moderately. In moderation. Wine, man, strong drink is good for a man that do these things moderately. We all got to make this spiritual change. How you think that we're going to be a spiritual people, man, and everybody's supposed to follow us? And for you brothers, man, that say, man, you want to walk around, you going to have slaves, all your slaves going to be dead by 50. All of them. If they following you, if they following your habits, if they following the things that you put into your body, if they following the dietary things that what we doing, if they following us seeing us being gluttony, all of the slaves gonna die by 35.
Bring it up!
They gonna be dead. We ain't gonna have no slaves. I'm trying to put things into context for my brothers and sisters, man. We need to make a spiritual change now or we won't make it to 70, man. We ain't gonna make it, bro. We ain't gonna make it. And for my brothers and sisters that's sickly right now, man, today is an opportunity to do these things and make these changes today. And don't make these changes, man, for Facebook. Don't make these changes for the internet and try to prove somebody wrong. Make these changes for your wife. Make these changes for yourself. Make these changes for your sons and for your daughters. Make these changes for the Most High and His Son.
That's right.
Make these changes for God. Give God the glory that He gave you the vessel of a body here, and we're going to take care of this temple. Give thanks to God. Make that change to God for being disobedient and not listening to what He tell us on how to live and the oil that we need to put in our bodies. Make that change for the Most High and His Son. Show Him that you are able to make the necessary change to give God His glory and praise.
That's right.
Do it for the Most High and His Son. Now, you want to become all world, man. You want to become a marathon runner. You want to become a boxer and stuff like that. You want to become a triathlete. You want to go into calisthenics. You want to do CrossFit. That's on you, family. You know what I'm talking about? That's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. That's on you. And you ain't got to do these things. You know, bodily exercise is not profitable to salvation. You know what I'm saying? But the things that you ingesting into your body does, bro.
That's right.
It does. It does. Okay? Be more active for my brothers and sisters too. Some of us was just sitting at home all day. Get 2 days out the week. You got your children at home, man. Take them children up there to that park, man. They got mile trails around, man. Just take 1 hour out of your day, man. 1.5 hours out of your day. Walk that 1 mile trail, man. Walk that about 2 times. I guarantee you and the children gonna be asleep when you get home.
That's right.
I guarantee that. Do that twice a week. Eat good. Eat your fruits and vegetables, man. Eat the things that the Lord prescribed for us to eat. Bro, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You're going to be able to live a long time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to do these things. But don't be ignorant and don't get offended and don't get all mad and stuff like that when you know that you're supposed to make the change for your body. When you know that you're not supposed to be a damn gluttony, man. You know you're not. Put me back on the slide. We got to make that spiritual change today, man. And we ain't going to make it to our old age. That's what we're supposed to do. Hit that next slide. Think about this. The body is the vehicle God uses for man to place his spirit in, to allow man to experience life. Why not cherish the vessel that God gave us to live life, man? Why not cherish that? Why not cherish that vessel that the Most High and the Son gave us to live life? This is what we need. Why not cherish that? Cherish that vessel. You only get one. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z, X-Men, take your consciousness and just and then hop in another body, bro. Nah, man, you stuck. You stuck. So take care of that vessel that the Most High and His Son gave you. And when the scripture that we just read, go to Romans 7 and 12, 7 and 14. We talked about, man, 1 Timothy 6:12, man. You got to fight that good fight, man. You know what being overweight and out of shape does, man, to a man character? It make him insecure.
Bring it on!
You know what I'm saying? He don't want to go nowhere. He don't want to dress up. He don't want to put on no clothes. He don't want to get naked in front of his woman and stuff like that. He don't want, he don't want to make love no more. He don't want his mood down, his attitude down. Same thing with my sisters, man. Fight that good fight of faith.
That's right.
Fight it. Fight it. Fight it. Don't give in to it. Fight it. I know it's hard, man. I know it's hard. You grew up all your life on it. I know it is. Fight it. I know Junior love it, man. I know little Princess love it. I know your wife love it, man. I know husband love it. But you got to fight it.
That's right.
You have to fight it. Romans 7:14, read this.
Romans chapter 7, verse 14.
Read.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I'm carnal, sold under sin.
See, the laws of God, man, that's going to talk to that man's soul.
That's
He'll
right.
tell you exactly what you should and what you should be doing. Read.
For that which I do, I allow not.
See, the things, man, that I understand and the things that I want to do, I don't even allow my own self to do these things. Read.
For what I would, that do I not.
And the things, man, that I want to do, I want to be healthy, man. I want to take care of my life. I want to take care of my body. I want to get control of these things. I still don't do them. Read.
But what I hate,
the things, man, I know I'm not supposed to be eating this way. I know I'm not supposed to be ingesting these things on an everyday basis. I know I'm supposed to be cooking. I know we're supposed to have gardens and eating fresh foods out the garden, taking it in from the garden, putting it on the stove, putting it on the plate. I know I'm supposed to be eating these things, but the things that I hate, read,
that do I.
And I constantly keep finding myself, man, with that gluttony. I constantly keep finding myself going in for that third plate, for that fourth plate, for that fifth plate, for that sixth plate, for that seventh plate.
Bring it up.
I constantly keep finding myself in this position. Read.
If then I do that which I would not.
Then if I'm doing the things, man, that I know that I'm not supposed to be doing, read.
I consent unto the law that it is good.
And I'm understanding that I am a sinner by nature, read.
Now then, it is no more I that do it.
And if I'm doing the things that I know that I'm not supposed to be doing it is no more I that is doing it, read.
But sin that dwelleth in me.
But it's the sin that's dwelling in me, read.
For I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing.
You know your flesh is going to lie to you, man. Your flesh is going to tell you that these things are good. You're going to continue to do these things to our bodies, read.
For to will is present with me.
For the will to do good, for the will to obey the Most High and His Son's commandments is present with me, read.
But how to perform that which is good, I find not.
I know that what's good for me. I know that what's good for my family. I know it was good for my health, but I cannot find the things that I'm supposed to be doing, read.
For the good that I would, I do not.
I know I'm supposed to be doing these good things, but I find myself, Lord, continuing to go on that same backtrack, read.
But the evil which I would not, that I do.
And I know I'm supposed to be doing the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing good, but the evil that I don't want to do, that's what I find myself doing, Lord. Read.
Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
Some of us, man, we still being controlled by sin, still making us do the things that we don't want to do. Read.
I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me.
Keep reading.
For I delight in the law of God after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind.
I see myself, man, going back and forth, man, looking in the mirror, telling myself not to do this no more, telling myself to make better decisions, telling myself that I'm not going to do this no more, but I continue to find myself continuing to do the same things. Read.
Bring it up and bring it me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members.
Keep reading.
Oh, wretched man that I am.
Read again.
Oh, wretched man that I am.
Read again.
Oh, wretched man that I am.
Think about that, man. Think about that right there. This is a fight. You got to fight that good fight of faith, man, especially with your health, man.
That's right.
You only get one opportunity with your health, man. A lot of us, we gluttonous, man, especially in Israel, bro. Everybody, pretty much, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't believe certain things in Israel. We don't believe in. We don't believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, really. Most of us, we don't believe in the New Covenant. We really undercover Old Testament Israelites, prophets, and stuff like that. Really don't believe in Christ. You know, we really don't believe in bodily health, man. We really don't believe in taking care of our families and different things like that. All we care about is the law.
Take it out!
That's it. The law. That's it. I ain't saying that that's a bad thing, man, but I'm just saying, like, bro, there's more than life to that, man. Go to Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 1. Proverbs 3 and 1. You know, you go to the dietary law, man, you got the meats that what you can and what you can't eat, right? It specifies. You got the law of the meat. That's what the dietary law is. It's the meat law. It's the law of the meat, okay? The law of the meat. When you go to Leviticus 11, it's the meat law. The law that you can eat with the meat. You go to Genesis 1, you go to the food provision law. Fruits and vegetables, they got the seeds on it, the fruit trees and different things of that nature. You got herbs that yield the fruit, so different herbs and stuff like that you use for medicinal purposes and things of that nature. But when you open up the scriptures, man, for our brothers and sisters that, you know, we keep the commandment keepers, man, you know, a lot of the stuff that we consuming in our body is not even in the Bible. A lot of the stuff that we consuming on an everyday basis, that's not in the Bible because it ain't even food. The Lord couldn't make a designation between some that ain't food. That's the reason why you don't read them in the scriptures, because it's just simply not food at all. It's just powdered, really, you know what I'm saying, white sugar. Proverbs 3 and 1. Read this.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 1.
Read.
My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
That's what the Lord say. Don't forget your law and keep his commandments. Read.
For length of days.
This is how we have length of days, my brothers and sisters. Read.
And long life.
And long life. Read.
And peace.
And peace. Read.
Shall they add to thee.
Now we're going to talk about this one thing right here. Go to Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 20. Again, man, with this gluttony. The Most High and the Son don't allow us to be gluttonous, man. We are allowed to have a good time. You know, you sisters, man, and you brothers, man, you know, damn good cooks on the grill, man. We need all that. You know what I'm talking about? We need all that. But it's a certain time and a place to do certain things. It's a certain time and a place, man, to the things that we need to eat. When we have our feast days, bro, we turn it up 100%. But the feast day ain't every day. The feast day is not a way of life. The feast day is not what we're supposed to be ingesting ourselves in on an everyday basis. It's called the feast day for a reason. We get certain specific times that we can use to enjoy these different things in our lives. You understand what I'm saying? This is what the Most High and the Son has prescribed to us from day one. But let's talk about this gluttony, man. The Lord don't like that. Go to Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 20. Read this.
Proverbs chapter 23 verse 20.
Read.
Be not among wine biting, among riotous eaters of flesh.
This is what the Lord is telling us, man. Be not among wine bibbers, man, and amongst riotous eating of flesh. Read.
For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty.
You see what that gluttonous spirit will do to a brother, man? It said, for the drunken and glutton shall come to poverty. Read.
And drowsiness shall clothe a man with wrath.
Go to Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 16. We coming to an end here, family. All praise to the Most High and the Son. Okay? Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 16. Let's read this.
Proverbs 25 verse 16.
Read.
Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it.
See, this is what the scripture's telling us, man. When you find honey, man, when you eat, and we know these things are spiritual, but eat so much as it is sufficient for you, man. Don't overdo it, lest thou be filled over with and you vomit. Those things start coming out your mouth, and those things start coming out your nose. They start coming out your pores. They start coming out your organs. They start coming out your brain. They start coming out your eyes. Moderation in these type of things, family. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 30 and verse 1. And this for these children too, man. It's for little junior, man. These children too. Don't get no slack to these children, man. All you doing is training them up for later in life. They're not gonna have no discipline in anything when you talking about being gluttony, right? This deadly sin. Being addicted to these fast foods, man. We gotta start implementing health, man, our bodily health into our everyday lives, man. We can't be ignoring this, so we all gonna be croaking. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30 and verse 1. Read this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 30 verse 1.
Read.
He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end.
Go to Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 20. You know, and this is for little junior, man. This is for little June bugs, for princess and everything of that nature. Hey, man, if your little son, man, you know, if your little daughter, and we love the children, you know what I'm saying? We do love the children and stuff like that. But you need to get up on them too, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to start putting that rod of understanding on them as well. And they're not going to do nothing but do the same thing that the parents doing. So the parents got to make that spiritual change. And the children got to make that spiritual change as well. And children can be gluttonous too as well. Children can develop that young age, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8, 9, 10, these different things. And if your children, man, are gluttony, make sure that you handing down that rod of correction on them, right? Deuteronomy 21:20. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 20.
Read.
And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious.
Our son, man, your son may be stubborn and rebellious. Read.
He will not obey our voice.
Your son or your daughter may not obey your voice. Read.
He is a glutton.
He is a what?
He is a glutton.
He is a what?
He is a glutton.
So, man, your little son and daughter, man, can be a glutton. Read.
And they drunk.
They be drinking up all the stuff in the house, too. The Lord say, when you have these provisions upon your children, you need to make sure you putting down that rod of correction on them, too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got to carry their life, if you got to carry their body, you're going to train them up in the way that they should go. You should tell them about these different things. You should tell them about the sin of gluttony and what it is, okay? Think about these things, my brothers and sisters. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 31 and verse 27, okay? And pull up that slideshow, man. We're about to end the message today. Hopefully, my brothers and sisters get some understanding on that. And when people be hearing messages like this, they're going to go in their house and they're going to throw away everything in their pantry. They're going to throw away everything in their refrigerator. This ain't nothing. This ain't talking about none of that, man. Brothers and sisters, you in different financial situations, all you can afford is certain things and stuff like that. I'm just trying to bring this thing to awareness to you so you help you make smart decisions, smarter decisions. Put these things conscious on your mind, right? And people think that the Most High and the Son doesn't allow you to have fun or allow you to enjoy good food or allow you to enjoy good drink. That's why a lot of those brothers, man, you be seeing those brothers, they adopt a no eating meat doctrine and they still eating cheese. You know what I'm saying? They still eating sauces. You know, so if you're going to go that way, bro, hey, go ahead and go all the way with it then. Don't go halfway. Go all the way with it. Go all the way.
Yes, sir.
And that's not what the Most High intended for us any day. The Most High gave us these provisions so we can stay healthy. Certain men going to eat bigger than different men because you're a bigger man. Some women going to eat bigger than other women. You're a bigger woman. You're going to eat. This is what the provisions that the Most High and the Son gave us, but none of us are esteemed to be gluttonous. Ecclesiastes chapter 31 and verse 27. Read this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 31 verse 27.
Read.
Wine is as good as life to a man.
Strong drink, man. That wine is good. It's okay, man. The Lord is allowing us to drink these things. Read.
If it be drunk moderate.
If it what?
If it be drunk moderate.
If it what?
If it be drunk moderate.
See what I'm saying? If you do these things in moderation. When you do things in moderation, you are looking out for the health and wealth of your well-being. That's what you're doing. You're looking out for the things. That's why the Lord gave us these things. It's good for a man if you do it moderately. Same thing with food. Read.
What life is then to a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad.
Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 30 and verse 15. And we're going to go back to the slideshow. And we're going to end this message. All praise to the Most High and the Son, man. Hopefully that the brothers and sisters get edification on this message. Ecclesiastes chapter 30 and verse 15. This is the whole moral thing of the message of what we're hearing today. Read this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 30 verse 15.
Read.
Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
You see what the scripture telling us, man? It says health and a good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body is above infinite wealth. Read.
There is no riches above a sound body.
That's what the Lord is telling us. There's no riches above a sound body. Read.
And no joy above the joy of the heart.
Ain't no joy, man, above the joy of the heart. Read.
Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
The scriptures is telling us that death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. Read verse 25 and we out.
Verse 25. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet.
Go to the slideshow again, started all the way from the top, man, and we're going to end it. All praise to the Most High and His Son. Hopefully you brothers and sisters got motivated on this. The deadly sin of gluttony, man. Let's take back our lives, man. Let's not be put to death on this. Let's take back our lives, man. Let's get healthy, brothers and sisters. Let's promote health. Let's promote wellness. Let's promote length of days. Let's promote length of all nights. And for you brothers, man, that's teaching this Bible as well, you need to get healthy, bro. Real talk. Don't be teaching this Bible, man, and you 2 steps away from hitting the can. Let's get this guy show again one more time, man. Health, physical health, mental health. Hit the next slide. Mental health, physical health. Next slide. Brothers and sisters, ain't no life without health. Hit the next slide. How many Israelites today take our own health seriously in our own life? Hit the next slide. When you think about this, how many of our people, man, are sick and ain't done anything about it? Let's fight that good fight of faith, man. Hit the next slide. When you think about this, health, mind, and body, ain't no life. Let's hit the next slide. Think about this. We all need to make that spiritual change, man, so we can see our grandchildren and our children grow up. Let's hit the next slide. God gave us this body, man. We need to cherish this vessel that we give. Hit the next slide. That's it on that, man. All praise to the Most High and the Son, man. Again, thank y'all for being here today. Lord we'll be able to see y'all soon. We'll see y'all next week. Let's make sure, man, that we're fighting a good fight when we're talking about our health. None of us as Israelites should be